Yatena se dia godem nsam ade bramo kopem se dumienu ebebo. What a weekend for Ghana football. Emma na nkoye sanso na mema no. And so anko ba ninina mu no we move on. Yebe na ye di san komani nina no awo dwumadie no so. Yamama china ya damase anopay for choosing Nhyira passports over the others. Na ene transfer stories no a doso pa. Me say transfers no ene said yes it does your latest updates. Me say transfer bi on ma oni me say nka da I say nka ba na yet me complete but we will kwem the story behind the story. Eno nene ye de be ma awo dwumadie no so. Enti join live our YouTube in Short TV. Na oba first off on subscribe channel na one subscribe dia mame. We are no jam message or transfer ben ne oba se kan wasam at the mount na yenya botre ewewem edin komono etimi edi ama Samsung call Facebook no about insurance 04.5 FM. Insurance 04.5 FM na yam fan samno enso emfamon na Vinicius Junior to Arsenal. I'm sorry, they are starting and the name of was Sadi Wedie. And then Arsenal between for Vinicius Junior at your fee teamer. You're from Real Madrid. Nan kakran at your for the name say Yabamo Mikel Arteta call for Vinicius Junior. Nan someone in the kind on the Nania de Damo. I would do so. Chance you're saying another player. Na a player bang and also near the home come up. At the Abbas Louis Van Hanson on na se bibia and sia Netherlands on national team no amri dwumadie and so at the Ebema na one transfer and so and one seven no yeba kan sa brand o Korea ma da chapa abranti ebe na meka wasam Jan Edomande na abranti ni move to Real Madrid no ehunsem pi ene obete latest update on abranti no na ye di honkomo. And so at me at the amamo yabafia yababedi a Black Queens home komo the 2026 Women's AFCON ekoso awo Morocco enra ankoye amfama o my Ghana in fact Cameroon man no omo she kabako a yentimi antisable kona no yen group no ye bowie ya na Mali and so the Cape Verde a boy ye point as a Mali and so as Cape Verde kaminza omo ati economy no ma is a group na ye open about the dynamics and on come there can say Cameroon do mo qualify room out the quarter final stage but the other teams you know about the side dynamics you know na ya schedule no so no ebetimi a qualify across the next stage of course under 20 waffle zombia and also koso our Cote d'Ivoire no Ghana emma no me chere the black satellite almost no enyema anko ye ni Togo about draw make us say what for zombie no Ghana ye film na yakoba maso kono do akasa ade afawani na no ebeka wonsam abo dwumadie so anin sampi ana yabobo no the Monday edition of Nhyira Digital Passports ati for yabobo ni na no na ye di ebem nemom gise gabi turam gabi the foreigner ode enko amane ne bana ye ba samani ni na no yetimi ade amama beda for betena se ne di komo no etimi ade amam yamam ni na ache yese dwumadie na se ade afi amane Richard ni
Saturday Stars yasin aba.
Oh yes. They might come up obende. Yenyaba nso de na yenyaba. And some of the doors and some of the doors men no so ye come up men no so ye come up.
Yeah.
Minim baby a person dey chance efi. Na yenin komo kakra.
I think say I'll start with a Vinicius Junior situation with Real Madrid.
Okay.
Because 17 minutes ago an update be by this particular standoff a Vinicius Junior and a Real Madrid for the experience, you know, it is a controversial kakra. Now, the reason why I make us a controversial is say when you have a player of Vinicius Junior and the caliber and the kind of performance or done it for Real Madrid throughout the time over the last few years now, you realize that he's not just any type of player at all. Very good player, he will give you the goals, presence in the box, outside the box. If I say young carry ball, He has all of those attributes. But if you have such a player, now ABA, the contract akabe just a few months now, I was saying, at least in Benyifono at Real Madrid, no, they should have been able to at least have that conversation with their player, no, and find a way to agree on something. Player no bet me to so. Now, 17 minutes ago, and I assembly Eba.
Okay.
Vinicius Junior's Real Madrid contract expires in 2027, and no agreement has been reached yet between the player and the club. Now, Arsenal Fono are pursuing a deal. Now, to Arsenal Fono, because and now maybe my update no. One of the things I now made when they say this particular deal will be very expensive for Arsenal Fono. Omar so player no. Trying to can the monthly, the weekly wages no. But the thing is that for how long can it continue? Because Oya was say, oh my Vinicius Junior £470,000 a week in Mpua. Gabi, at the end of the year, that is averaging over £25 million. Mm-hmm. And does it make financial sense? Say Arsenal Fono would want to make that kind of investment in a player in Vinicius Junior when they know very well, say when they go into the market, they can get other types of players of the same kind of qualities as Vinicius Junior. But as it stands now, Arsenal for owners say they have given approval to the idea of moving forward with the deal.
So I'm back it down.
They are not back. So the thing is that the good thing about Sad deal way and say that's for us now. No? As it stands now, Real Madrid for Manai clear to Vinicius Junior say, Sika when they the mouth 1 year, there's no other negotiation anywhere. It is either we will sell you or you will wait at the end of your contract after 12 months, so then you go on a free transfer. But that is very unlikely. So Real Madrid said they will make Vinicius Junior go for a free transfer. So as it stands now, so Vinicius Junior and the representative and his agent no one yantum said the Real Madrid person on the man no and no more pedia. It means Arsenal for a crowd to take the player, sign him, and give him the amount he's looking for.
But I think say na yes Arsenal say on person will match the same amount and what they Madrid.
Good. But my question is say, does it make financial sense for Arsenal Football Club?
Okay. In
time past, we saw it when player your friend Mesut Ozil moved from Real Madrid to Arsenal. Now the wages no was 3 years pound. But the thing is that Vinicius Junior, as you see him currently, no, the amount he will take and the image rights attached to the player, no, on pay more than 50% from a Real Madrid for no. He wanted more than 50% of his image rights. If you have a player like this who has a lot in terms of his abilities, that's number one, but is very demanding in terms of salary, number two, no. Is he that kind of player that Arsenal don't necessarily need at this point? I don't think so, Gabi. Even though say acquire say Arsenal are the only suitors for Vinicius Junior at this point, no. Nyameme can say it will make financial sense if only Arsenal were going to give him something lesser than £470,000 on piece of the man. No. Because it means that £470,000, you are averaging close to £500,000 a week. Gabi, would you pay a player of Vinicius Junior's caliber $500,000 every week? Arsenal for no Omagia to me say, oh, the player is good, or you're excellent player, or my goals, or flanks the soa, you're competitive, you're Kobo Europa, or that is valid. But the truth is that is $500,000 every week going to be sustainable for us now? Gabi, we must be sure. It's Arsenal for no. If they are okay with that, they go in for the player because according to reports, no, should he want to join Arsenal, Uti, the agreement is expected to be found on personal terms, and then only more important, seeing the transfer fee, no, because Sika o person de ma player no every week, no, and here that personal terms, no, is what is most important. Now him say no, Omodebetu just said there was an agreement on personal terms between Vinicius Junior and Arsenal, and Opeya the global force enye no cre. The global Brazilian outlet, news outlet, or more Brazil abontin so. Almost say enye no cre da. Say Vinicius Junior and Arsenal have agreed personal terms, which means Gabi, do you know what? In some America or Hakran say about £470,000, and sure it will be more than that. It could be more than that. But say the agreement was £470,000 a week. Now, according to Brazilian outlet Global Phone, almost there is no agreement in principle between the two parties.
So, my main idea, Tamana Mbappe,
good,
Eba Madrid, with this issue, I say, Pandit Baby can't say Madrid to Mbappe a good for Madrid, a good deal. But I granted about based on the salary and in the near mention, one way I need the division at the about Madrid team. And you know, be near Arsenal because Arsenal's team, as you say, is stable. With a Jumana coach in the Mikel Arteta, no. Now, from the last 2 seasons in here, Arsenal prayer so many UEFA Champions League. Number 1, don't bet Magic League or Magic League, you know. I can't UEFA Champions League. That means one more target, one more priorities, no more setting. Now, Omania Bako, the big one now, and as the biggest one, the woman, UEFA Champions League, you know. Vinicius Junior Bar. And my message project now, Arsenal for you now, in terms of dressing room stability.
That is, you see, I like the angle of Odiaba. Do you know why? You see, with Mikel Arteta, one of the things I used to say last season, and he said, if Mikel Arteta is able to keep the core of the players that he has and maintain the unity in camp and make sure say players now they will call Champions League final, he is able to get the best out of them. This particular season, there's nothing that will stop Arsenal from making it again to the Champions League final and possibly even winning it. Because Gabi, the thing about success and say opese o achieve bibi na ebia o ball humode na o try na o ko anim na ebia wentimi anya. The only thing that you can use to encourage yourself is that I've been here before, I can do it again. Now the players now all at your disposal, no, if they're able to maintain that unity in camp, there's nothing that is impossible. Okay. It is only Vinicius Junior Ebekasa team we on paper it strengthens us now automatically. You can't take that away. But when one of the reasons why even I was looking at Arsenal for the fact that Omuluzu key players be in Leandro Trossard mo, I was asking myself, why would Leandro Trossard, after winning this season with Arsenal, no, the title, no, who decide all of a sudden to leave? Yet they said Odegaard who was considering leaving, club captain, considering leaving the club. Martins will be made the money now by news who said they wanted to leave. You see, that is where the problem is, because say Arsenal for no answer. Now Omufi said the inclusion of Vinicius Junior is what will cause the increase for them. That is going to be a big problem, because when you are trying to build a successive squad, it is not just about the names alone. Okay. It's about the chemistry you build with the team. Vinicius Junior coming into Arsenal setup will come with demands. Me person me boni say, me person me boha, oko fa me abo say, £500,000 a week. He is coming into the team. He has his own demands. He has his own expectations. Obana Oba experiences how cultural shock no England and in Arsenal team now. The likelihood of he delivering the way Arteta expects on delivers.
Okay.
He will not deliver the way Arteta expects it. It is easy for you to plug one player from a team like Real Madrid and put him into Arsenal and expect say he will deliver. But Okopa Kenuswa, the dynamics involved with playing for Arsenal no, are different. And when I look at Vinicius Junior, the mentality no, in recent time, the kind of controversies are about Vinicius Junior. You see, when you are playing for Arsenal, with all the stigmatization a cut team known for a very long period, Omuntimi overcome here with the facts of Omuntimi winning Champions League. No, you need players who are mentally strong to deliver on the pitch, not a player who is demanding more money. Or team or you say Arsenal for one person who check the salary no or moving from Real Madrid to Arsenal, then came over there, and because of the fact that he's not mentally so strong, he's not able to cope up with the pressure. But whatever you do, say week corner wambo bia the £500,000 ebeba beden the bottom untimi nya ho hwe wasani contract na wie. So these are the dynamics involving Vinicius Junior, and if I were Arteta no, I'll be looking at it very closely, not just say okay you go a good player until me sign him another. Okay, those are not the solutions to the problems, and I think they will say Arsenal fortune ye pa because at this point no omwa na ye the only suitors for Vinicius Junior. What's the club for bidding echi? You know, for now. Even the Saudi Pro League clubs now last season for now make it. You get the point. Move, yeah. So I would have been very cautious even from this direction alone. In Kaya were more suitors for Vinicius Junior there. They would have known that okay, there's something happening here. but akwa se ne de no kwa ne de sika na wo hwehwe no and so betimi amane say sika ne de he will come, but there's a risk attached, and I think that is what I want to see from Real Madrid for now. Gabi, Newcastle for now are appointing new manager. Now, and I was very interested in Newcastle for situation because now maybe some who say, but Newcastle for now public investment fund for now Saudi Arabia for now 85% shares of Air Newcastle no 2021 no. When they took over the club, what was their initial idea? Because of course, Matthias Geisler wabeji edwani free Eddie Howe hono. The kind of coach that he is no, or a very good coach. And I can promise you that from now and henceforth no, yebe will Newcastle for in a different light. But I will say a kwe chine ku hu ade bi kakra. Eddie Howe was the manager who delivered Newcastle for the first trophy in 70 years. Wa bro omu share Liverpool Carabao Cup final 2023. Energy is a trophy no. But after Yasser Al Rumayyan, governor of a PIF, Saudi Arabia company no, ombeji in Newcastle no. One of the things that Omoka say, the takeover of Newcastle to them no felt like something that was prideful. Inti the Saudi Arabia sika abe investing in the Premier League. Idea no or they young fatu say at that time no Chelsea mpo omoton club no for $3.5 billion. Same as Manchester United, open 30% stake in Manchester United at that time. $700 million. But on Nisika through public investment fund no ebesha Newcastle muno, they brought only £350 million, and they made an 85% buyout of team my friend in Newcastle. $350 rather. $350 rather was giving them 85% of a Newcastle. Now, what was the vision? That is where the problem is, because say transfer strategy of Newcastle over the last 3 years has resulted in the sale of Alexander Isak number 1, the sale of Sandro Tonali number 2, the sale of Anthony Gordon number 3, and the possible sale of Bruno Gia or free Newcastle Arsenal number 4. You are asking yourself, what is the plan of Newcastle to recruit new players into the team? Because it's all for Badia. So was saying Kasikaye Bebre or Newcastle was committing the call market so recruitment. Because already you have sold these players, but you have not replaced them. And one of the things I as analysts near who what Brown Beji team know was that Newcastle was supposed to become very competitive. Between 2021 till now, Gabi, you who Newcastle in top 5 in the Premier League. They have not been competitive. So there's a problem there. When a Saudi investor abeji Newcastle 85%. Now what I say, a prideful so abeji ejubano. Then there's also another problem there because on say the governance of the club no. Enya idea as a done nisu too much.
Okay.
As a Nigerian say, I don't good. As a Nisika na aba and abese Newcastle mu. And another thing and they say Saudi Arabia for no, they have a certain goal to make football something that they will be very happy about, because 2030 no be host FIFA World Cup no. Until by 2030 they wanted to extend their influence in football in terms of investment.
Okay. In
the South African Saudi for no through public investment for no Newcastle no. Aside the fact said to Al Rumayyan it was prideful, the global idea for Saudi Arabia in terms of football was that by 2030 no, by the time Ome hosted World Cup no, they would have invested a lot into sports across the world.
So then the name will cast across.
You understand?
Okay.
Because Usha PIF phones say they are investing in football, they are investing in golf, they are investing in a lot of sports across the world. Okay. Until they wanted to extend their influence. But you see, the problem is that now no, Newcastle is in trouble. Because before Eddie Howe, Ekaso or Jay Dumano, he wanted to continue leading the club. But for a teamer, with just players 4-way among few, you made a total of close to about 300 million from that. Now, Sasikano, how have you invested it? Player Ben Namato.
Because other than that, you big name be Echo Newcastle.
Yeah, be.
Every last season and last season ever, big teams sitting in Akobo Newcastle, we have their mentality so best stressful. Well, very hurtful so bit me winning against them. You can't say Newcastle. for now, as a barber team here, like Brighton Club, Brighton Club was already changed. Newcastle for now.
And it's very sad.
Well, but it's a coach near there. And now,
what is he doing over there? Yeah. Because if these players are leaving, not only board, didn't come on or catch on, we say, no, we have to do things in a different way. Just the direction is so haphazard.
And the project, you know, so
that is where the question is, because Matthias Jaisla from Al Ali in Saudi Arabia, he's their person.
Okay.
He's their person. He's a person that they know and trust. It is a say, Nipa now or now we feel no. They say yadi nipa abesheho. So now there is a certain control that we can still have over Newcastle, not just about the governance structure, but about the coaching and the playing body as well. Because Eddie Howe, when he was there, he registered his displeasure a couple of times. Say, but acquires a boardroom disconnect between the managers at the top and the coach at the bottom. It is a now for a coach who said, say, Newcastle and manage the club to change his mind overnight and say there be money beam. It should tell you something, Gabi. It's the assistants right now, no. Matthias Jaisla or RB Salzburg, former coach at Obeji Al Ali Ejuma in Saudi Arabia, no. He's connected to APIF one. They know him very well. And yes, the kind of philosophy he has is expansive football, attacking. But the thing is that will he get the support of APIF one at this time? Because they say Obeji Ejuma, he's their person. Okase ope player we are. Obetimia nyesa player na. Say Newcastle for say be a player we our market no so. Or cost 70 million pounds. Is this something that you'll be given the freedom to do?
Because me if in near de na me wonder club better club no. Na if in Man City for no crampa no the controllers of the Premier League. Me can say because league recently no matter to do.
Yeah.
And in terms of young first canto players there BBR tomato player be. No me worry say enjoy monopoly. Into the internet will be banners on here by say. And no be I worry. But I say from that year neighbor Amanda Stanley move free money and the other. I see a team no ababe BBR oh Newcastle. But question and person bizarre say so. See big clubs no more Premier League no musro so ombebo Newcastle no. You be say dey be man.
You see for new what will happen Sisi and say I want to see the recruitments of Matthias Jaisla.
Okay, but quick one. Sisi a Chelsea ne Tottenham 1-1.
You be Chelsea won't come Sisi because we will updates be about Chelsea. But you see, I want to see recruitments of Matthias Jaisla and whether he'll be given the freedom because that will be the only way I'll make you competing in the English Premier League.
Okay. Because
they Newcastle look at them very well. At this point, no, they need to make recruitments. From they have to buy players. Player Ben Water. Say Premier League. Opesa Okofa midfielder crowd from Team IFN to Crystal Palace. You are paying nothing less than £100 million. Because Steve Parish say player IFN Adam Watt and Chelsea person Ben Ukraine they have to pay £100 million. It is a Premier League proving player there. You have to go for more than 100 million. Look at Nick Woltemade Omotoye. So when you go outside, there's a problem. When you stay inside, you spend more money. So that is the situation with Newcastle City. And I want to see in the next few weeks, because you have to empower him.
Okay.
You have to you can't do that.
Okay.
You need to empower the guy. He needs to go into the market. He needs to make signings. Now signings now work no. Enya basa signings biao. Players omalusu. Look at Sandro Tonali alone.
Yeah.
The kind of influence and dominance no wo mfifi ho. One ton on nkwa what's out on Bruno de Guimaraes. It would have mfifi what was saying mfifi on
up front so was answer na Anthony Gordon no crowd team no and then so was say no. And then see down yet it is you can say Lewis Hall. And so come Manchester United
or Chelsea.
And teacher say a chilo one so was answer. Set no Livermento
in Livermento crowd.
No so mujano man call.
You see,
and this team the answer I say and so.
Intino, the only way Newcastle will be competitive. sisia and say PIF no through omo governor yefre no Arumeyana sisia wakofa coach yefre no Matthias Jaisel from Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia Ediaba Newcastle no. The only thing they can do for him is some money is can market no make purchases. Otherwise, I don't see this Newcastle team making any significant improvement in Omubobo or Mobo. And I think that's the only thing I make about Newcastle for no.
Oh, okay. But the Omunyanton for now.
No, Tino Nyankoye.
Tino
Nyankoye. But it was speculated so Kobe Fio.
Yeah.
It was speculated so Kobe Fio. Gabi Chelsea. And no meet press conference no ahead of a match on Torian Mospe airball. And ye bisa Xabi Alonso about Cole Palmer. And Oka Simbi. Or say Cole Palmer, he likes the guy because of his mentality. Because of the fact say a player, because of dog game Lintino, he doesn't struggle to impress when he goes to the pitch to play. And when he looks at Cole Palmer, Adia Ohunwo Cole Palmer and he said he's going to be the leader of the team on the pitch. After me, no. There's something that Xabi Alonso has seen in the player. Or person who use that thing to elevate the Chelsea team. Can you make a story being chill? Pochettino say, "What brought Beji Chelsea a Juma fresh no? Almost your first training session be. Almost a second training session be. The third time they did the training session, almost pound training session no, ena okon the office. Ena Cole Palmer, ebebo ni prumu kokoko. Ano catching so ombre inside. Oba inside no. Ena ohun say Pochettino ete ho. On an assistant aye friend Jesus. No mu nyina ate ho. Ena obisa Pochettino say ena training no mo ye no. Ohun say o favor player be over Onono Cole Palmer in a certain number 10 role. Into a person bisa Pochettino say again na Onono enye to become more competitive and play better than sa player no.
Wow.
Pochettino say Ohono ka say wow, this guy has a different mentality.
So it's not like Wabase ni buofu say the favor player no over no. Emom no ono person will enjoy that position no. O person ohun, o person obisa Pochettino nkan kire no. Okay.
What can he Cole Palmer do to elevate his game? Because when we say or favor sa player no more than him.
Okay.
Or man more chances more than him. Into no, he wants to know from Pochettino's point of view, what can he do to improve upon his game? And we say, no, wow. This guy is a different guy. No, this guy is a different guy because how many players? Now, none of my can put it or Jina Park so no autofista no ujina.
No buy a first I to one or
aye.
Or maybe I said Diana my wrong.
Debbie who pass your man who can now or no say bono or say blame class one possible ye. But look at the mentality of Cole Palmer. It is a Xabi Alonso said this guy is a leader off and on the pitch. And he loves the game and he's going to be the star man for Chelsea there. I don't doubt it. Gabi, Chelsea is going into a season where if they don't take advantage of the strength they have in their team there, I don't know what they can do. And I love Xabi Alonso the warrior because when you look at even the 3-2-5 formation now, you realize that there's a formation where it will include both Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers. And yes, Baku ever replace Baku. No. You will find both of them in the team where you are playing 2 number 10s. In the side 2 number 10s, no, you are getting 2 players who have originally connected, who are very good friends. They have a very good understanding with themselves. And you will have both of them as number 10s in one team. Gabi, tell me what the team cannot achieve. They will achieve a lot. In Xabi Alonso, no, another thing I can say, he loves the fact that once the team is disciplined, you have freedom over the team. Now discipline, no, where would that discipline come from? Wakofa Jordan Henderson, Abba. Wakofa Daddy Welbeck, Abba. In the next few days, they will confirm them. The truth of the matter is that some players may know where Omumba joining Chelsea, no. They are coming to join Chelsea because of the leadership qualities that they have.
Okay.
Inti baby Xabi Alonso the voice ain't no. You have these 2 players as leaders on and off the pitch. Sebane say Jida Park so na pese e shego na ebia ya kem ni enhu obi obeshama ya ni e de Danny Welbeck a free bench aba. Now Gabi, do you know that? And I don't know if you remember. Only that Danny Welbeck need Joao Pedro, brought more Brighton and Hove Albion, or at least 2 seasons together. So there's a certain unity that Xabi Alonso is building. I'm not for Bebre Omuhunisa. Joao Pedro and Danny Welbeck, they play together at Brighton and Hove Albion. And you know, players look at Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
They played for Sunderland. Wabra Musa Chelsea 3-0 somewhere in 2011-2012.
And trust on Pato, Sabi BSC, and Tim the distance, no, and I am a transfer hub. I feel so, Uko YouTuber, and we Nhyira TV, ever YouTuber, and also Uko and subscribe. Anytime be a video, be a better form, no, one so and sa, ever to me, now Uko a Facebook, and also I Nhyira 1045 FM, Nhyira 1045 FM, ever YouTuber, and now also where to my journey, would join our Facebook rather, once Uko Facebook, and I also comment, no. Wet media by Brepem, yet making Kenny na Kabakama. Adama wants to shout us another. May Babes is so Adama Matisa. I know a told that I say, Ada Akanguku, and Matica Baby had any was any other didn't know, and I mean said any home Kobabeta. Shut up, me did transfer. A home Kobo, and Adi Amamo, na Mako Olympic to Marseille, na Mako Olympic to Marseille, Quack Kobaka, me pato Uko Olympic to Marcella. At the time, Mensa Ekanye, woman, and so our naive. I acquit reporter Mensaka yes Branton team anum I asat yes woman team come and now Branton reach agreement Emma Branton Cranclobia so obetima join asat bobo kwadani reporter Mensa eka ewodumadi so sika be na ewe ma so initially omo pelontel e de ma Branton so better se padia and you lonto anum wetwa kwa no 4 million and years car one person mutia at the Olympic to Marseille now fe naif acquit and so atimi atani asat bobo kono and your reporter jam nano pay make it edam away from that ma men kobanim kakwa men konkodin koba kakwa me pato intamran bobokonom yeso badin koba kakwa na Abranta de de Musa Diaby yase omakwa Musa Diaby ho wabu consider so betimenya Abranta nom adina fi Saudi and the polygon akwadano ababa wababa ya tumani nyina maniama ntwatima koye enti Abranta no yase say interfo fi so mutim no eso mumiam kakwa intertim na nyama nyina kosu ya and ye betimi abo matasa and anyama so atima abo nkoba kakwa and so aba awodumade sunia and anopai make it adama ma menko Chelsea na Chelsea no more player ni dey Lewis Hall akoda we na no na Chelsea e kan to say any team your pair wotimi call Abrante we eko team and team at Newcastle. We call Newcastle and Yemena farm at the Makoda na anano pa me kotia. Yes, I thought to force out Quanano ya sir and Cabantan and some no mamma can for my thoughts and also him. Me another sababona and Kofobi de Macassa. Amateurs and Commander Diadumu Palm. Now we finish over Johnny Satim Timbaya. Yes, Manchester United to Pato. Reporter in second name. Abranta the Dinadi Lewis Hall. Yes, it's Chelsea Wakata Chelsea Chelsea party and Yamin. And now there's so be Manchester United and then I can Manchester and so and can Manchester and can say project no I come here pento professor Robert Manchester United I bobo kwadani reporter and then anopay etota e wodumade so eni make it adamao na yes Manchester United so metrapa sika like so metrimetra no 60 million pounds 60 million pounds I know eska Manchester United metrimetra so metrimetra dia anya wo mo say wo me dia Abranta no e ba be replace Luxor and Tania reporter eba ewodumade so and now no pay no make it take akwa adiamanta bade na ya yin kakwa na yankwa ni me anu so nkoba kakwa ni ma me inform na fe me ntwane na me nkoba nim kakwa na me ko Bayern Munich na makwa kwadi nkoba kakwa ewa Bayern na kate na nkoba meti from Bayern Munich ni wo mutemo mudidi nkoba be no mudia wo so manya ahusa ade no betima koye kwabna hwana mo munya yini ye wo homfa ma me na ade no betima koye na ade be ne betima koye wo so wo mototo mo niama eniama mototo no wo se wo mo he se koba se Harry Kane ekodia na wo mo he se Benjamin Sesko e betima koye atuma no edi amomo Benjamin Sesko ase ene no ono so hwe niama se koba se bia se Bayern fo beba dia ene atuma na niama nyina betima enso koye ene ye dia efi Bayern Munich kakate edi abanti wo mo taza Harry Kane I love you that Harry Kane no Benjamin Sesko ana betima ya atuma no kama
e dia mama no ye nkoba kakwa so a e to twa e wo dwumadie so ene anopa ne me katire e de ma na ma me ntwene na me nko team ani dina di Olympic Leon me nko ko di nkoba kakwa e wo Olympic Leon afi jamu aduma kakwa enso enfoma na uko Olympic Leon update ebanie mato wo bo tesa omo 7 players likely say omumu bakwa na sa ayi so mu be miensa betumi akona Ghana ni ba ni din ade NS apia niama ni din aba betotwa na apia niama de an pato Astalis adahom na de ntia Astalis down tasa omu odide sa branta ne de ebi ade so ofa bi pa na e ofa tasa ebi a woso bi ya na omeja ma branta ne kobeta emranta kai de likely say ofa bi aba obetumi ja branta no aboma kwa branta ne din de tena aye Tesman pato wonu so say ni din apiemo ana Oria Mangala wo so etasa branta kabi ba we meja ne kwa Nicola Tagliafico ana fe Pavos watch we na players Olympic Leon eso ma to talk akra fine eso mitimidia players kwanti we players o media ba betotwa se kwan club eso metime to obokwan na meko na makwa din koba kakra awo Julian Alvarez na enkoba mensa eka awo Julian Alvarez wuni once Abranta no afe na oba be start pre-season with Atletico Madrid bobo kono na Barcelona at the 100 million and the coin na so 100 million na Barca for the coin no besina Atletico Madrid enka bibia mfa hom wo bo say 100 million there wo mu player no gwanye 100 million player enweti Atletico Madrid afa ho yaso mo koye report sa Barcelona eno mo player ba be di nkomo wo abdo mama di permission afram free o Atletico Madrid ho enti ene mpemfo he no mo nka sa 7 mfa mo wo mu wie o mo si player ne kwa no mo na ho nto ne biem enti so ye team na ho pe Julian Alvarez atona to adwum ensem yesa se be mantini ekona aba na sisi ade de aba nie yese Barcelona for akata brantani ne antora ade se nyame anim ne 100 million euros na wobede akoma Atletico Madrid Atletico so mo nte no wom so mo kata brantani nya de so metweteku anasa sempo akwa de aka ho emu brantani de wo pene pa wobe ye option A edmo mo muni option P bia anasa muni plan B bia and this akoba se wo mantima to Julian Alvarez Barca former brantani cha se be ha omuye asmata se be ha Barca no wo masa kata brantani ne antwara se and now this is canon bi be county abrantani mfi aye vacation ne na oba de onye nie won kwa Atletico Madrid won kan top so team no mu biem ene ko ba say beto pressure ade ma Atletico Madrid no man kasa fle Barcelona for akatom say ajanom ene mo hana Ghana ne nya aja tumo sa anya sa pa dia wonu Julian Alvarez no sa baso so pe aye Barca na apodia ene no kasa mfa no ho enta transfer mi yesa no da Barcelona akata Julian Alvarez enso ne antorat no enkoba kakwa ne na mamenko Lamine Yamal reporter meeting yase Lamine Yamal so kwabna yase balando on time abetimi adio yase the way near Mexico who have Branton in World Cup boy ama Spain adio World Cup afe oba La Liga boy ama team Barcelona and so La Liga edi so amena so ene no so record kakra Branton ya reporter mensaka say ebase yam to aba na yin Ballon d'Or winner but abusia reporter mensaka say Lamine Yamal won beto aba amani ye pa na yankoba kakwan so eba ewo dwumadi esu nie na afoto na Barcelona edi ama Julian Alvarez no abranta ni dia de Bruno Guimaraes kwabra yase waye team ani dina de Newcastle be na mobaka amatete sa abranta ne kwa na player yase o Arsenal peno omote ye so edi wo ko pre-season with aye team ani dina de aye Newcastle na ne sa Arsenal team to no kwabra sa de okoye yase yaso okoye no ko ka tempe for say abusafo sa Arsenal for sika na omode abasa ma anye dia montoma adwumo meeting no anya de se mebo mudi new head coach aba ene Jesali wono na ba ya adwuma no wakata team ne say anya de so betimi any team na so ya duma biamti no adenti no momo maso ayetem sas na discover no mo na nko buja no kwa no no enso kono aso mo tutu ne ma sesa enti yase kwa woko aya ya prison ni nya yase o kata team and the Newcastle say nyame anim ne gomunja no e ma nko Arsenal eno ana ma no ada ebeto dasa na se bibia sesa abranta de de Bruno Guimaraes ebekwa kwa ne medical say de ma Arsenal boboko no ene ya reporter mensa kanie ma menko Rafael ya wona akoda we two teams are Turkey ano mu nyina pra akoda no ho na ɛno ayɛ Galatasaray ana Fenerbahce ane a big clubs a wɔmo ɛwɔ Turkey ana ɔmo so ɔmo pa abrante we ba no aba bedi ne nkɔmɔ no ɔkɔ we so ba no aba bedi ne tie na reporter men sɛ kane another mo amutie so ni bia me katam sɛ ane Galafo no bɛba wɔmo ne Fenerbahce fo no bɛba na ɔmo aba bedi dwuma kwabena reporter men sɛ big clubs ne yɛse ba ko ba no team and team adi esma akatom sɛ nyame anim ne wɔmo ansusi kana ɔmo de ba na ɔmo nye adentina wɔmo so ɔmo nye ɔmo sɛ yɛ loan to ɔmo de ba wɔmo player no so de enye loan asɛm o wo pɛsɛ akoda no bɛbɔ de ma wa bra bɛfa akoda no adan na mbɛba na mo ba bɛyɛ lo ɛyɛ fa yɛse Fenerbahce for ba ɔmo so ɔmo pa brante no loan ana yɛse esma fa akatom sɛ masa akoda no onye loan player wo pɛna no aba bɛtɔ nti no ɔmo akatom conference ɔmo nkɔ no ɔmo na biem wɔmo nya ska so ɔmo ne beto player no ɔmo ba na mmom so ɔmo ni ska na ɔmo ba bɛyɛ loan sansam dia ɛne wɔmo player na nya de so ɔmo de ne malon na ɛde na malon tane yɛ report ampato efi Rafael Leao na kate ade aba ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛnɛ anɔpɛ me kɛtire kakra ade ama wɔnhyehyɛ wodo nyina so na ma me ntwɛne na me nkɔmanim kakra mo ama ntwɛne ɛwɔ ɛyɛ TikTok ne yɛma mu nyina kwaba TikTok fo ne nyina yɛma kwaba yɛnkɔ anim kakra na yɛni nkɔma no ɛmfa mu now ma me nkɔ Borussia Mönchengladbach dabi ma me nkɔ FC Cologne na me nkɔ nkɔma kakra na Mickey Moore one year player the Tottenham Hotspur at the time in second year yes FC Cologne for the official bid at the Tottenham Hotspur as a woman Mickey Moore womupe and in Kabaya Tottenham Hotspur woman Kodanman and Sanya Womasa so motuto to ane yes Roberto De Zerbi as was yes the Tibuye player now I do so more Tottenham Hotspur and you feel about the so there be chama ofri me how as there be where the team no wobeko unko and no uka ade na ni bete so yes so adun so obeko one found ho and young Nabama Tottenham Etina and Timpato and your reporter Eba and yes FC Cologne for Musicano after Tottenham so assess so better make more amana kwana say o mama branch na tena update ni na mo ma me call Cardi Gapo na one Liverpool player and come on say Tottenham Hotspur aso mo hia Cardi Gapo wo na me bo anim ho na anim 1% this season wɔn yɛ adwuma ni yɛ paa Tottenham na yɛhu last season no wɔn pɛ sɛ wɔn sisa nneɛma ɛna yɛnya Matthias Tel wɔn tɛntɛnua na anka wɔn anya Cardi Gapo nso atwa deɛ firi soro hɔ ɛde aba ebɛtumi aboa yɛ paa na ebia ɛna Kudus mu nso nenam fifa de zuma de sɛmɔ nso yɛ adwuma no nso atuma poa ɛma tima ne de Tottenham Hotspur ɛnneɛma nyinaa nso atuma kɔyɛ ɛde ama wɔn ɛne amdet kakra me nsa kan na ɛnyɛ abrante wɛ nkwa na wɔn pɛ wɔn nso wɔn nya Safinho ɛde ne Cardi Gapo wɔn fi sɛ adwuma no nyinaa ɛbɛyɛ kama ɛde ama wɔn tim no enkoba kakwa so efi Tottenham Hotspur akati di panie na Kuti Romero Tottenham Hotspur wo mo captain na metiti se intadi nkomo reporter men saka ne sa decision na de bete bia sesa ene na akose etina na ba se reporter men saka say de o madu the final stage atase baby o metunom am say inter wo ma benye pa so benya banter ne de Kuti Romero last week na update o yesa abranter no ne sika sam na problem about kakra yesa abranter na ka to mo se sika na what our Tottenham Hotspur no some same amount na no person team ewo eye team and dey inter and na ye problem kakra beta ya say sa no wo manya aviavie amatasa wo manya atasa na sa enti akaza esi ado mbe decide ye na Brentford no say ne ekoba say team and dey Tottenham Hotspur ebeja no dina ma inter wo meta Brentford no amana konkoba ni na madeditas no mompini ha na menya mo eye gendarme de story no enfama nyame anim ni akoda we story ni Anwada mo amutie so ni bia no me baba katam se akoda we eka se gwani team no enso travel wo mo ko Austria team and the RB Leipzig ko mo ko Austria na Austria no mo ko na ho ana mo ko mu preseason no preseason no yase etotwa na nka se brante we atwane na yase Barca babe so afa ya fra koda we a wose ne yam ye ne ya in fact ma menye so waso ayade enya de so betumi ni team nako awudi agro na akura ye beka ya demand anko na wobukodu ye ana centrofo ebisa RB Leipzig homo head coach Martin Demichelis said ye na si money Madrid da wienti ana koda na ntima ma na no so da bi anye so ma wieto no Benjamin anim ne akoda no yade and kwabna from RB Leipzig jomama ya tia say abrante ne dina di Jan Jamande mpepia make say wayade atese wajayade enti woni team na nko Austria kwabra nya sa asem ni nie yaso ka team ni sa pa so onwie ni tew no wete Madrid abɛyɛ tin so ɔbɛdwa ne team no nto mu nya gbete kakra fama no wodi kankan na nka ɔmo nhyɛ da nte ase na dia ama wɔde made move ni nyinaa ɛgyina sisi ayɛ nkɔ danim no ayɛ former player de dia de Max Gradel ana ebile bi osia kan adima Africa so esi ado kɔ retirement no kwabena yɛ se Max Gradel ono na ama esi ni move to Madrid no emu aba be bibia hɔ na yɛse ɛyɛ agent fight once sisi ni new agency no ayɛ Jay-Z saa ne agency na wa found no ayɛ Rock Nation for no wɔn no mu manage Yan Diamande sisi but before say Yan Diamande abɛkɔ RB Leipzig no na yɛ Max Gradel ana na ɛyɛ agent and so ɛde ɛma no na Max Gradel ɛde asɛm akɔto FIFA for him sɛ abrante na breach contract ana ene woni Rock Nation for na kwa sign and this abase so mo to abrante no ama na commandida ayo no Max Gradel ana so oye agent o to abrante no ade ne ko aye Madrid emom no enye Rock Nation for mum ana so mo ton aye Janta Mande ade ne ko aye Madrid asem no ba bia kwa kodu ni ana e bi sa Max Gradel sa agreement ne so no so wo mo agreement ana se contract woni Janta Mande ya sa sir wotimi ma branche no every RB Leipzig edne quoting for Fransana wo mu contract na ba na wie e kra and this anke ka say adese Yan Diamande every RB Leipzig akwakodu Madrid dia anko no Max Gradel no woni abrante ni hwi biem na kopim sa abrante be make move ede fi Germany ho RB Leipzig ede quoting for say ya Madido say nya Madido eyo no Max Gradel and so sanso sa de no emom enye Rock Nation for the kwabena hisi ara asem ni nie enti ade Yan Diamande and Max Gradel or the former agent and after Rock Nation where any new agent in it no more finalize this situation with I'm will be at the one because Rock Nation for the same woman are burning a brand and DSCA and Taban send will be fair to about tones are playing them at the Mama did not agency finna combat a madi wine or the mano Quabana something in you Uncle RB Leipzig dear Uncle say Uncle Moya Tamadi da San and Sanya Yedi Kanka and Unti baby at some Nakako I feel ya train baby at the other come now Mumma Viniso Tuni and swear na Vinicio Junior mpato mamini can start the same another ana Vinicio Junior ebedu Madrid training grounds ata so obese training ase with opinion ni di Jose Mourinho ani Vinicio Junior no na ana jaso mbeko meeting no mbeko no ene Madrid hierarchy ni ka ho ana aya Vinicio Junior ni agency no ana afe Jose Mourinho eka ho ana me sa meeting no na meeting no to omedi to abrante na nimnie womo to omokata abrante as a content sense do omeye e de mo no Vinicio Junior nebom se pass ni sika na ope no womedi bi beka ho pa de nyame animnie womo nyoma de so omedi bi beka ho e de ma Vinicio Junior yase ma de se so mo present e de ma Vinicio Junior na ke aneke wase sika na de so di bi ka ho dia e no meton Vinicio Junior na yase Jose Mourinho so ba ne nkomo bia wani team na di ayase wano ni players obeto mo notable squad ni nyina na akasefo ni nyina no woye na ade so pese ba akokra ko enti wakata mad the force Vinicio Junior Jude Bellingham anafe abrante ni team ade killing Mbappe on pese ba akokra beko ese mad the hese sa players ni nyina ebetumi atena na sisi ya coach so pese o motena team no so omonya omadu so mema abrante sika di bi Vinicio Junior so another yese Mikel Arteta wono ankasa to form after Vinicio Junior didn't think come atete the project num amwakata no de oba wo be de ama brante no and he say make say de ade no do no emu aye de yie pa anti up to Vinicio Junior say bi obe accept say wo de betre Madrid wo abra ni sika no wo mfa bi nkan ana say bia wo be ba Arsenal na that demands no open no wanya ni nyina no ye de free Vinicio Junior akate de ba na fa me ko Chelsea na uko Chelsea so a yes, it's Chelsea spent our man spend sika mo ascend what transfer window 388 million euros 300 million no sika Chelsea and so spend na Kobaka come and saka sa Chelsea bet me sign players bi ma kwabena say this Chelsea aja players kwan esan say kakra no masan players go ho bebre asase aban go ho tabo chalo ba go ho ya kan say akwaya ya de ko take ya nkwa ya de ni na adat o mu nyina kyese players egu chance o kwamna ye players no say hanke ya me ni anya de ko be 60 yo players papa na yazi chance say dia ene de ade say wo mu tonton bebre ansa no betimi atotobia o matotobia ka ho anada na akoda ne de Valentine Bako eba ye small point danger na o ya mu atono 35 million euros per 35 million euros anaja ya de akwakofa ne de na ba atasa akoda ne ba be po ama tose ne manyina atiba koye ade ama enti enkoba kakra ne wezu kwa de say ye ni ato ye kwabna ye sika na ye circle ye ko swaboka ne akoto ne de akwakoso na ya ton no enso de na features ne de ne cost back ne akwakofa ne de scanner beso enta sika ne de akwani aba e tose system ne ma enta no da Valentine swaba 35 pe ana tose try na ena enkoba kakra me saka say Giovanni Reina ya se team and itina de swabok wo mo so outside akoda no 5 years contract ana mo de ama akoda na teso no so pa na waba be ya duma no edi ama team and de swabok bato Borussia Mönchengladbach ana mo de akoda no enso fi mo de akoda ne ba enta no so ya swabok nso enkomo ne na Fiorentina no so ena reporter me saka se Fiorentina so be ya sign ba akoda no be medical na eno Joao Mario no so be wie 9 million loan deal na brand no ekom bato ono so 1 million euros per ana mo betwa ba so mbeto na eno ye 9 million per no ye reporter pato eno no per no Fiorentina frakatem edi eba woduma de so ne make it dem of tufe ana ekom na kwabra de Santos so ezafi no petimu asempa ni JD Santos JD Santos ya se sisi woni team bia chese o mun kodan ho na training fixing FC ya se wo mo park ne so no ye training ahwese bia obenya team baba bia kwa if sweet town so mo toto kakra from Bali wo mo se wo manya koda ba kwa ni de Fiorentino Luis wo mo so heza koda no betimi aba personal terms wo mo agree bibia ya kama parma kacho enso din kuma agreement ne so mo na Atlanta wo ma Richard Brandt ne din El Bela Etware akoda no so ba 11 million pem ana no so ba be sia kan dia mama ne reporter mete Uncle Louis van Ha kwabra menim se ni dollars for no se Louis van Ha ya woni din no Muhammad ya menim ada 2000 Louis van Ha koye aduma 2014 okoye aduma 2022 okoye aduma no se na pom din wo from kakra ana mo de Roland Koeman ba e pato na no pe reporter men saka se Uncle Louis van Ha mo ta se isi ada pom din e omunyana obetimi aboye pa no ye reporter mete na Chiro Mitoma kwabna yesi Mitoma so ede kwa hwi obi ode akwa pimo bi awo Japan amata se no so akwa fast mabana na nkomo twina se de beta reporter mensaka yese yesi na nipa nanka so otesakra so ana teso otwa na yesi asam no mo yeso no be kokoto ana mu ka se da bi court no mo de kwa ebebu abo mu mienu nyina obi abafa na asam say yesi dia no otwi bicycle no so biti traffic na so no nusu twam ana Mitoma nsu twam ti de offenders mi enu kwabra hefa na eko enti obi afa na asem enti ne reporter men seka e woduma de so na Infantino nso de dey is kwabra Infantino na so mu no anopa metia ya si English FN so mo so kra no vote of no confidence no mo ba be mabi e wo pen na UEFA for say wo mo de open no kata open say do sa deal na sa hwan deal no anya ma so FIFA forward project no kwabra o mo say enya maso de nemom no documents no sensan no onfam na no mu nyina hwem onfam no mpeso mu nkrata seba papa ne sensan nyina pepepe do wo mo so mo tiaso ma anya ntum ena mu nyina yawe nemom no onfam ra no mu nyina hwem ade kropa poten okokosan e bia dantan koma bia so mbedi atum dia no ma dia tum reporter men saka se Enzo Fernandez yesi ni agency no so mo ni Chelsea wo meeting na meeting no mo ba benya no no na ebedina so sa brand betena na so obekọ obekọ dia ne wo mbehwe na bia wo metime dia brand ne kwa 105 to 120 ana omayo madwe so o metime ato Enzo so afi Chelsea ese Benfica wo goalkeeper Diogo Costa no wo guso o musu dia akoda no nkomo 60 million euros anu eska anu so etotwa wo dwumade so no nkoba kakwan so epa wo dwumade so a eja ye kachiri edema ha nhira your number one account radio station dia sentiment nyina enso agi atomnie enti dia ye de ye hwe na yemfa ensi hanum se bibi wa chire dia fan se bibi ani chire dia na tese yetumi ade ade ni nyina enso asiasi kwabena
akwasi good morning
good
now I want to say
bibi aye
e dey me say you wait for mama Infantino honyo no adeɛ ma nyantum ɔsɛ adeɛ no no ana so de ba wetwam no na kofa document no fa memo ne
omo mpeso mu
on fa bibia ma omo
so mpeso
afi kra do mu duabodo do
mu ya na
aso omo ma ade na so obvious a pa no mo mpena so because as a FIFA Ford company sorry enterprise papa ode ba mo nyunu no a say ye mu de mo so ye ya wedai on san kofa document fa me dey enti say UEFA for no mo ya ma ade no I too obvious Infantino na amon sheda enfile no all right into Jumadi and Shawanzo for open for Monday edition of Nhyira digital passport for message no bra oko YouTuber in Short TV Samsung on Facebook in Shawanzo for open for FM na ya kai o message no etimi ediama kama pa na before be the forward trans na din komo ma catch you say aha your transfer hub na minim say your transfers in bi on ma o senka by now ya close chapter no na ya move on but it seems like still na no as a that's what she mu emu ba ko yan Diamond de no to Real Madrid ho ensemi na na be chichem Chelsea assign player Samson Vinicius Junior to Arsenal no emsa de no gada momentum no so no on some hani na na be di san come before no ma yam first da emfama Rockstar Boarding product omo ena ade eda ho ne ma bi te say rough shit adiaba dwaso nti abrochefo na mutie dwumade ene anopen mepamocho modan na amasia wie na aduru say modern chance dan so rough shit aba boso no mepacho me kamfo Rockstar Boarding product omode no ena adiama ye provide and I say about a top quality boarding solution and obetuama odan no etimi yama air light gate premium still air transit also no obetimi adiabo air odan so na yama air premium coated aluminum and olive zinc air roofing and also obetimi aboa also my culture say edan no ho aside is how the nyama be siesie ho ni inside amana efe no baby ba ko pa e ma odan na wuti no and efie na wuti be efe pa aye sobo no yes and azem ko hu obi fie bia no aboso pa na aye Rockstar omo ofin shit ni bi no mo de abo nyamyam no kwani se de sima edan ye fe no etiefo nya asem kitokra esan ye papa unu hoda se onso betimi atona de abo dan so enye no nko a eba ni interior and also yedimu akotini yipa interior no se bia ope aye POP plugster board acoustic solutions nindina na yebema bi so ho na and also watimi ade aye dem ho na nindina chi no on say why acoustic board no ne POP no ese electrical se bibia etim ko ye no so no ye ne ya na yebesa na kama enso de ma ne de light ni ade no ya da hihye hwem na che se obia wura fie ho a no sampa efie and munyam enso mu pa eno na Rockstar Boarding product ye no so no ye de ema na bibia no aye kama ade ama ho me pa cho pe kira kwan a ye o Taifa junction awon kan me ba cho achimota in Sawam road na ona se betu kan na sei nyame adom Ghana afana be bia so no commerce for instance ade a onsa ebetimi aka aye Rockstar Boarding product na onso timi de bi aye ofie ne kama pa me pa cho numbers a obetimi ne adi nkomo no aye 0544 338 042 ano ayo mo number abetimi no madi nkomo me pa cho o skin na say ibibia ho no say ukotware shower gel bi atetete pimpo no mani ade aguani mama che say okala no bibia aye basa me pa cho nsuate na koto aye camel natural selection shower gel fedware sie efina de konfano a efedware okala ne beba natural kala oye kokwa beba uyo tuntun so abeto so kama ama opie ko ba bia na so obi e bisa anakache ana baba de na sesei udi dware ama okala yi enso aye fei no akache ne say eye camel natural selection shower gel and na onso yusu na ba 6 flavors if at sham and a fehuro and into to be able to abo pa ama skill na ayefe it is for Europe abrochmem and a dia by so no FD ajatum sampagana ni bia no ento bi no mfanya nti owuramo cosmetic shop bia ba bia ya ton aye sa anema ni bia no onsabetimi akabi enso obo enkani komase 0243 744 855 Kindeb investment omadama anomade aba eyedwaso Jumia Ghana app no mpacho on download bia yen 10 na Jumia de hot de papa in fact app bia so pa dia topa our online oh on be sorto 10 na hone eniama ne quality and efo we dey biso obi auto ade Jumia obeka cho sampa Jumia de eniama na efo and sanso papa na say the whole Ghana you had all the 6 regions in no ade a obetimi enso atade ne yaye delivery no enso kama adi amount ye no oto ade ewo Jumia me pa cho enche na onsa kan product enti enam se bibia o dem se bibia pese oto bia oko Jumia Ghana app no so bre onso betimi atobi na why you payment ne de wade enso no etimi ade abro kama onso apesa woton bia no ko fa ne ma bi de free abruchire ade aba onso no obetimi upload awo Jumia na waton ama customers nso no etimi aba betobi ntia simple o phone na no akọ Play Store na App Store ho no download the app no na say onso no bibia ayekama ade ama ho amanse Community Bank PLC makacho sanya ba bia anya bank bia na egibesia because your bank be your hono na mianimni ama abesia ya ntimintua because of say interest rate na edesika so no too much very hudious intine basa ahwa wuntimi ntua sika no na nka mpese wakwa akotua sika boten na nka sampo enenti ene na no pay me kan for amanse Community Bank PLC ye de sika ne de ma enso kitu bi ene de ka ho enenti no bia de besia awe ho a otimi tua na ono so de opeso de ye bia no otimi de yama bibia kama enti ko bia account to savings account, current account, so account and a fixed deposit account ko bia ho na bibia enye kama emfama ho eba no digital banking na bi so yama ATM card enti anytime bia peso use ka bia no obetimi ayi sanso na sika ne frabroche na ba ria Western Union so no ye be na kama na afi unsa etimi aka aye usika na kama pa enti me se besian de o de ona sika no eba won sama na anim de obetimi de aye so me se wo pe besian kwa de a amanse Community Bank PLC and I come from a diamond me patcho head of na akasa de awo Antokrom nemu manso area honi na ye ho bekwai anwan kwanta akokere obakuma senso Roman Hill asem ahojo and afi santa se so fly honi na ya de a omo abo ho 0247 200013 eno ye number obetim no ma edin komamuzu manufacturing limited omo and de amuzu hair food e de abedwa so the patcho babia oto 12 na so don sako tim because utirase ekekaw so ni na eyeho na eho na ba utim so na ama utim no kekaw sa patcho enano so benya eye amuzu hair food now dia sasa utino eho na ama utina se aye mfita ni na no ebekọ na etu ase e de ama ho sanso na babia utimi ebubu so ama se utinwi na yasa me patcho enano so beto amuzu hair food fabi satinwi nim ebefu amemu ayedu kama na so ba wani monyam no etimi agina yie pa be man so no ope waves e utinwi mu a na wato bi odi asasa utinwi nim enso kama me ka sei ura cosmetic shop bia also ope amuzu hair food sanso ena ope dodo na otu akoton a yewo ayetafun hia so amuzu junction obuso obi a obetrew ana so de friend I was 0242 955-056 number no ending komo pepacho de tenise ma yanko na na p phones and accessories na yanko to mobile phone enkutate o phone na ekuta no problem abahu no problem pepacho ko na na p hosisi a okọ aka chense be child say memna na ma me phone so na me mfankuta ye phone de etiefo phone bia pekuta bia quality and born over from otonso de free and some na bibia aba ho a ye betwene ya solve no kama and so the amount apart from no the attendant say open a home appliances at all and also you to be pa front screen TV, fridge, air condition, kettle, iron, washing machine if I say man I use of any na me patch on na p ye to be our na me ka say promotion so promotion na ye ni na and say and they uwram awo ya na catch ya oto ade ani atwa de foforo oto ade ani atwa de foforo internet for example uwrem na akoto eye flat screen tv a ugina bi a kettle iron ne de aka ho so yes fa kofie na ani akyede a na pi ye de echewo chesa ho dama enema no awokwa said your pen bia on sabetimi aka na so no watimi ade akofie kumase adum baby miensa ne wo first one opposite Casbin aya asida house na opposite on sabetimi akomo ho obi ma JK Boltonum opposite Prudential Bank and a PZ ose open na kwesi agyeman Boltonum enkran de Madina Zongo Junction Tamale aya Abuabo station 0533093422 me patcho nkwadai omo tablet omo disua de na apebia eno so ko ho a on sabetimi akabi finally me emphasize na ne bi emfama aya Uniat Practical Institute me patcho o kono akusua computer is a computer ho enim de no ho abehia so ene de unim buku se den na computer no wa mfa no anka ho a wa hwe ani nyina echi unya adwuma bia no na onso etimi because ne upompo adwuma bia de computer na ye so enti ene baby ono abekọ a e paperless jeden so bi trotro ne ade bibia e computer no so enti e Union Practical Institute and American for dem e bia na ukosua computer ni bi pen but one said down ko blue so is all person you top up and now with me a professional course able to send network and cyber security engineering, computer basis and office administration, CCTV installation and management, data analytics and AI mastery no many ade na no people cho kwa obetimi ayebi enso ho na yesuku ni an such a way say said your brain tie bia akonya eda ho a onso obetimi aba na waba besua de enti wo de tua na mo keke na akokuma sisisan so heya bastop osia no friend number 0555 383848 0555 383848 na mono any come the new go energy drink there makasa wunya bi na onomo ya ene o ya your ho pa isan say anytime bia one kasa you feel like say is it there ahode no asa me fufra hwekra mintimi nkwaduma ma no pekra no wantimi ankwaduma wa hwe ocha na omo enso eba be yiwadi so homesrawo ye ne tentamo na onso ekona afi akode aye onso bigo energy drink ni bi nanom se na bia wa ho de sam no bibia ebitimi akoi na bibia so no akonkan edi ama no pay amani afufo pig na omaso ya sena Monday edition of Nhyira digital passports yatrasia yedi dwumadie no edi ebemo ohwa omre na nondu abapa usima no edianan and 10:44 join us on Facebook Nhyira 104.5 FM YouTube Nhyira TV. Joshua Holutu, good morning.
Good morning, Rich.
Now how to say
Nyamiadum bibia bako ya sayaba.
Ya baby.
Yeah.
Bismarck Owusu Bempa Ayala. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Patron how to say
oh Nyamiadum bibia e fine pa.
De nyamiase. Mama sha sem fefru Ayala. Na we are so na Josh Abem. Avia ya aka so ho.
Me kaipa na 14th of March 2018 was my first time me were in Nhyira FM studios, not as a visitor and as a obia or baby share the way omoyoma waha, but officially as obia multimedia afane juma to come and work here on the 14th of March 2018. It was a crew na omababo juma to raise a certain standards. Enti say obabe part of that crew na unso so we impact was our team no ye feeling no was a very, very interesting one. Kasana a challenge, but it was interesting. because already the standards were high. Now, may assure, and a 3rd August 2026. Obia or a part of Nhyira FM family, no, who have been there within 14th March 2018 and the 3rd August 2026. Ebeja to me say, I have really paid my dues to this brand.
8 years, amazing.
8 incredible years. 8 years of huge success stories. 8 years of dedicated hard work, full of passion. 8 years, there were a lot of challenges, but Rich, the challenges couldn't conquer a Jumane was on this platform. Now, to multimedia penning for mommy opportunity, to those I came into the family with, on air, off air, obia surrounding the company, especially Omwa, throughout those 8 years, you know, I have been in the sports office as sports colleagues, crew members. Any obibia, especially Omo Metie no Mashayeno. Which I am proud to tell Obia say, Yera August mu, by the end of August, Medi Jumedieno Eberiye our Nhyira any multimedia platform so.
Okay.
I have done wonderful work. It's not like I'm blowing my own horn, but I look back the 8 years and I can only pat myself and say I have done incredibly well. And there was going to be a time where you leave. And
you were leaving when that was high.
Exactly. So these are my last days as a worker on Nhyira FM. If we now could see probably the end of this month, say one team in Kabiemua, but so many query and one team in Kabiemua, then this is the official reason.
Okay.
Say my boy Juma.
Sure.
And I hope say I was able to create my story with a brand and say Bosomino Kwewe, I'll be off the space and many worker and my Nhyira FM and in multimedia BMT from the top hierarchy to the listener and Omo following Yinano. They've been incredible on this journey. Okay. And we will meet at the other side.
Sure. And then I mean, your chef for your team for, and then the sports team. And so, and na yankasa iko why there 8 years. I mean, I said na wakano. Obia woti eye Nhyira FM bia no. Edidan say yes, ayala buy no. Obesom na de so ye de ma eye multimedia. About the commerce unit in Nhyira FM to be precise bia no. Why ye enti mi gina ya hwefo ne atifo na sports team na nemu na yakase ayiko, and we wish you all the best in all your endeavors. Na you say in we busuane de store na no we still a family and said the okay no nipa de osuma edrum maybe na also ko ema obi enso etimi banti you wish all the best. Yeah, that's it. Yamisha pa. Okay, and tibisma ko usben ba yala. And so no. All right. Do the video Jude. Joshua Holutu.
Rich.
George. Say bibia find there.
Nyado bibia boko.
Ye de nyame ase. any transfers on Komoka. They are Canadian, but copy to it. Komona Canadian. If you do it, yeah.
Answer the meeting, Komono. I just want to wish Ayala all the best, and also to say he's one of the analysts that when I started admiring sports journalism, he was one of the people that I really looked at. Top. And there's a story that the time we were crab close to about 6 or 5 years ago, and na mitie CTFM pa na omo journalist ba kwa friend Nathan Kwao.
Nathan
na ope Ayala sempa and he will always say that Ayala is one of those sports journalists from Kumasi. Ayala ope na sempa. And I was wondering, that time not mentioned name Ayala sir.
Okay.
So it was through that I began to listen to Ayala's analysis, and I realized that no, in terms of storytelling, funny say yenka sports one same yenka stories no na yenjing hu na yema enye appealing to the listener. There was nobody closer to Ayala in terms of that, type of journalism and also sports presentation from Kumasi. So I really want to wish Ayala all the best on his new journey. Rich, I think Yensha Sefi Real Madrid for us.
Okay.
Because me say na okase among for bebre person who the Yan Diomande deal, the situation between Real Madrid and the RB Leipzig and the play and Ankasa.
And then the Vinicius Junior
to Arsenal Sagano.
Because what's the story is starting now.
Yeah.
Now we all thought one of those rumors now in 32.
Yeah.
Say Eddie transfer any BC but it's a way free a different destination. It's now mom function the engine. But all of a sudden, as I didn't again momentum. As a Vini ebetime Real Madrid. And Johnny Tim Biaz Arsenal. And the man DNA kaka. But when I start with the young Monday,
and Vini no yebe back because Saturday make Simbi and Mesa Bosubi.
No problem.
About that Vinicius Junior. Now, Rich, do you know what is happening between Yan Diomande and Real Madrid in terms of the deal? Yan Diomande ansana obe join RB Leipzig no. Not ni agent Max Gradel, former international player for Ivory Coast. Na onuna Olidi Maxidel Corporation na agency that players ano omu agents for them. Now Yan Diomande ever join RB Leipzig no. That deal and the agency that stood in for Yan Diomande no was the Maxidel. But along the line, Yan Diomande signed Emma Rock Nation Sports. Now, Rock Nation Sports for no are led by a brand of Jay-Z, or American rapper. On a Rock Nation Sports no, on a Edano. But after the signing of Yan Diomande to that Rock Nation no. At this point, Abani said Real Madrid for no. A person cover Branton man be say a kind Emma Real Madrid no. What is happening is that Maxi de Ofono Aba Bontia Bekase the player is still tied to a omu agency. In the assistance now no. The transfer of Yan Diomande from RB Leipzig to Real Madrid cannot be completed. Wabra or dasu Maxidel registered player to their agency. So that is the standoff at that omuntem sisia. So as it stands right now on Rich, Maxi de Ofono omudi case nako FIFA ho.
Okay.
Almost say the player is registered to Omonum agency. And as it stands right now, no, they are supposed to be the ones benefiting from the transfer of Abrantiano from RB Leipzig to Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid for no mubu efu. Because almost say then a Rock Nation for munim se player no registered to another agency. Na ma fa hu abekache say muna mu representatives of the player. For which reason deal na go through no. Mu se no mo be gina mfinfin. Ama se Maxi de for no abe report yen. Ama FIFA. So that is where the problem is right now. Maxi de for say they are the ones who are in charge of the player. Rock Nation so say they are the ones who are trying to broker that deal as agency for Yan Diomande.
And African players, they always create that problem.
Rich, I will not even blame the player per se. It is the agency. Because say, oh, you're Rock Nation. Now, oh, before Yan Diomande, now him say Yan Diomande is still tied to Max Zidela. You need to be very transparent when you are going to broker that deal for player to move.
The reason I me blame Diomande is say, for all you know, if you know one country Rock Nation for. In most cases, many players in be a leader. Sometimes you ask them, oh, chairman, if you menya deal be na mpese o side of we know so discussion no. So what I say, first off, who agency be na who agent be catch us there be. Maybe be we na afie scanning near you be chance say be ba no. Oh, an agent be afro catch. Matisse would be play on country now.
Rich, the reason why I beg,
African players, no.
But you see, Rich, the reason why I beg to differ and say, Sabi Rock Nation on a small agency, an agency that has been created and led by a Jay-Z American rapper. Or more different agents within the organization or multi player no. A course signing a different club. I don't think say they would not have done their due diligence. And I'm minimum to continue to do the Josh, unless I'm only players in the leader, especially African player. Sanya mo me ndebia. Me say me minim for sure. Say, Rock Nation for no. Ombe due diligence and sana. Boy no they will proceed. Ubo kuma me so ombe busa brand oh me a free agent. Agent be any no fa ho no akwadu no de ahye butum enti deal bi say beba na hona afo ha because no sikasam ne ade enti no e bia player and see so obi na show no mu to sam ne sa ne so anti o player no so dem all kosoro all kosoro that's ankofo ni anu oja no omachi good
almost feel say look yes so you contribute to your success story it is a deal bi bad yes you nye tafa bi ne tafre
even you see
plan on
Rich. The main reason why this conversation is very important and they say reportedly Sika Yan Diomande agents ebenya from Saudi way if it goes through Sika nothing less than 15 million euros. That is the money that the agency that is leading Yan Diomande ebenya. So it tells you the reason why Max Zidela have come back into the equation. Because on say according to what we are hearing, no, most of it a report, the true reflection of the situation about Montia Mubiati. But the year gadano from Central for or more deep insights of the story, no, this is what they are telling us. And on the face value, Max Zidela said they have sent the case to FIFA. Into almost a FIFA for no, and become because Rich, one of the things that FIFA MP is the obstruction of transfer deals with agents. And if you make a mistake, one share your international transfer certificate now was say omitimi issue Emma player no yen the transfer no. So they will not release the international transfer certificate. It is what say young demand the deal no enyan go through. These are the issues. Max they will say he still signed to them. Rock Nation me player no. It is say Sikano, Abedan Fifi. They don't know who is going to. And I think FIFA in the coming days, no. Rich will hear something from there. Rich, Chelsea is also in the stories. On said they be a buy. Yes, Chelsea. I'm on Frontier. Said the reason is because Chelsea are one of the most active teams.
Sure.
And Chemu time, Chelsea why not doing so all top players? No dear, you cannot stop them. Rich, over the weekend, any Tessa Valentin Baku, Argentine international, this particular World Cup or ne Argentine national team for no. Kobo at US and Mexico and Canada. You see Chelsea for us signing from Strasbourg for about 40 million euros. Into Valentin Barco and Chelsea, so us signing. Then there were good talks between Rayo Vallecano and Chelsea for Pep Chavaria. Into Abranteno and Che Yabeti Pep Chavaria for 25 million euros plus 5 million add-ons. Chelsea for no omo ekrado so mkwako fa branch na mana bisina kan ama Chelsea. Then Rich, I think one of the biggest ones Diogo Costa, goalkeeper for Sporting CP. Chelsea for no, it looks like they're getting very very close to signing a branch and it could average something between 60 million euros because player in release clause no. But Chelsea for no person mo so metimi be less than that, I be around 40-45 million euros. No more for branch because on say Robert Sanchez you didn't know who be goalkeeper no
Sanchez be second
second choice.
Okay.
because as it stands now, Mike Pendes any Abrantia
and I'm the Marco Strasbourg.
I'm not sure say Sanchez because Strasbourg.
Okay.
I was so Timmy fighting for the place. Oh say goalkeepers be why if you don't give them competition, they don't struggle. They don't strive to fit into the team. And then no, I think if Kofa Diogo Costa and be see a camera Chelsea, it will cause Robert Sanchez to sit up and there will be competition in that goalkeeping department. Then Rich Aston Villa for set piece coach, I friend Austin McPhee. We free Aston Villa will be joining Chelsea. Inti, I mean, because Oko Hong Kong, Chelsea for Juventus bebo 5th August here. Into Oko joining them. Into it means that Chelsea is not just about the player signings, but person we a total overhaul of a team no, to improve upon the performance. And I think say in the coming days, I think another thing is say Chelsea for person who turn players be brave.
Okay.
Into Badiashile be free up, Chaluba be free up, Liam Delap is on the market for £40 million. Axel Disasi beko, Chaluba beko, and sure Pedro Neto beko.
Okay.
Because Liverpool for you but Chelsea for so amount for be less than 70 million. Amount for be more than 60, 65, 70 million. And family no mun ton play and more. So as it stands right now, no, and also you come out features for us. But now we say Mihailo Mudryk in Swaba.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Now on say Oba, he looks like a fresh signing for Chelsea. Because Obiani Naso say be transfer a doping ban finish. So but now he's back in the Chelsea folder. Ultimately say no, there's another competition on the left hand flank for a year Xabi Alonso to see who would be the preferred player in that particular. For me, sure say Chelsea for Tommy Mihailo Mudryk. Biana they will give him the time to settle back into the team because
is there a doubt?
No, but what?
So there will be a suitor.
Of course, because Chelsea for top player £89 million. Okay, so whole tone CC, I wouldn't say £89 million. So what I say, and I think
over 3
years, over 3 years, he has to force his way. Of course.
Or far form now. Maybe Amber Jones and Button and I say,
yeah. The last story I'm going to is about the Vinny Jr. No?
Okay.
Rich, assistant CC Ayeka say, Mikel Arteta, after phone, after Vinny Jr. catch and he say, Opesa Branton BC Akaim Emma Arsenal. And well, so Usha's story in we Rich. I think the only thing I can tell you right now is that Arsenal are also quite desperate for the young man. Because I honestly felt, say, of course, so for Vinny Jr. Manebeka team, he gives you a lot of options in attack. But is that the right man for the job? Maybe question maybe some. And Saturday maybe won't come over. Say I didn't think say necessarily meeting Vinicius Jr. new wage demands and telling him so when the playing time in Arsenal is enough to guarantee say he'll come and give you the best performances that you expect from him. Because all about Arsenal, no, number one, he is coming to meet a team that is under pressure to keep up with performances that OKP last season, going all the way to the Champions League final, winning the title. But now, no, we're losing the key players, and there are still rumors say key players be free up. If you have Vinicius Jr. coming in, there's going to be a lot of burden on your shoulders to deliver. And you know the English media, Rich. Yeah. Once you come in, if you're not delivering, they are going to stay on your neck until you force your way out or you step up. And Vinny Jr., we know how mentally sometimes fragile he can be. Until all the pressure we air back us now. Just because Arsenal for some amount, seek over £400,000 a week. We are not rich. Look at Vinicius Jr. It doesn't look like any other team for Eshisheno. Team Ben Eshisheno beam. It's only Arsenal. And I know so obetria says Sikanamano. Inka Eban say Real Madrid for any dim commoner or Muntimi meet standards. No, you would have expected other clubs, Saudi Arabia for someone Oscar. They would have come to take the player.
Every Hazard for no future. Vini to see Edoma.
That is another point of the conversation.
Be a future, be a fine, but see Vinicius Junior, the be a sad in them into a moon try crowd.
But then Vinicius Junior is rich. Yes, he cannot wash it. It's the money he's looking for. Until once you give him that money, Obeba, until I think say Bia, say no common, baby he may go to Arsenal because he say Arsenal for one person submit €150 million bid for the player. Until you corner doors, you
doors. Me do ready until say.
I better confirm.
You have a machine so, and I have a radio so. Na yendina yehu bi say abrante no ogina Arsenal ya shena Arsenal jersey your unveiling in the actual we are saying nah me I still doubt this transfer deal so we ebe na the ebe chibiare na ye di ho nkomo in someone 4.5 from yen to adwumadi but mama ni apomide nkomo kakra bi ewia Bismarck osu bempa yala ana judo osu ba for ha mbeto aso na edi nkomo no atimi dia ma ye ne currency ventures empenifo asijwa ana edi nkomo me say yade na odi akini yade na wonu maduro bia enkono ene ti omo ne awia kotaduro ni bi nom na abemu sampa sa dance na amanfo edi efa currency kaduro no hono enya dance krumu openi good morning
Rich
pacho na unti saying
bako pa na so
na me adom me ho ye pa pacho currency for minimum for yiti mo
Rich medase ewa kunya kese a ode amami na mede encha pese su free currency aso ye ema ahwefo ene etiefo nyina ebe metena sese ya no hu se currency ye nupa ewodwa so ye fe no Zahara Mr. Zahara G capsules Zahara man capsules ana hindi haba Mr. ye no yimu nkomo emu adanse ene apomuden mu nkomo ana ye de besum anopa yi no do fo nkomo ya sase ye de ye do ye fe no Zahara Mr. ene ne capsules e do no ma ye fe no Zahara G capsules ana esase ewo nkomo twetwen mu se drowe aye dura oba ene bema ene enom na uye bema na utie me na ne infections pa hawadwen bema bi wo ho me say infection bi te se gonorrhea syphilis anase chlamydia adokoro no bema bi wo ho eba ne sa insunsuanso bi te se ne bema no bonse fonwa na efon eba ne sa bonse ne bema no ensansan ene ekrokro bi atoto ne bema no enam sa enam yare no atena ne so akyene nte no bema bi wo ho abonse enso man bi enso fita bi a ensan fata ewa abonse efiri ne bema eba bema bi so wo ho abonse wo ho na jonso eka ne ntentem o jonso so a na o chimpa ansa na jonso no etimaba bema mesraw mentena ho amia mfa roba ento bema mu ansa no wotonamo ape karisik nupa ya de bega so aye fe no Zahara Mr. ene Zahara G capsules no enu ni adura bema onoma ebeboawo enam yare na asawo so ache no Kodra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bia eben wo wosi wo pe Zahara Mr. ene Zahara G capsules na yendoi asaye no waso adofo eboa oba bia ontimi emu nsa se uyo oba na utie me na 2 years ni ontimi emu nsa oba bi so ho onya ne menses na eba nketenkete eba na bosa etwa oba bi so ho onya ne menses na pains ene amane no namu sa uyo ba na utie me na pese upa furo pa upa yafunu apeba oba me se Zahara Mr. ene Zahara G capsules no enu ni adura oba onoma ebeboawo yadroi esa yadura eboa oba bia white pa ena betena oba bi wo ho a enam se white na atran so ache no ensuo bi etimi gugu na sabi ehu nya ni kakra pampan bi wom oba bi so ho a etimi mana himfie hon ebie kakra ubo na naba ofre na emfa biem eti se wo yo ba na utie me na upedra oba onoma ebema wa himfie hon ache yopo enkeka yanketenkete na hawadwe no ebeyi ni nyina ede afiri hode ya eno ba Zahara Mr. ene Zahara G capsules aduro no enu ni adura onoma ebeboawo yaduro esa yadura eboa oba bia enam yare bi te se gonorrhea syphilis ene na betena oba bi wo ho a me se eja no jonso ya yawo oba bi so wo ho a ema ensansan ekrokro bi abetoto ne ba no so a ensan fata se wo yo ba na utie mi a Kodra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bi aben wosi wo pedro na ye fe no Zahara Mr. ene Zahara G capsules no sa uyo bas na utie me na unia tenkan oba mesi wadro ene Zahara Mr. ene Zahara G capsules no na sa dro we asa ya dro ebua odofo bia osa pa ene na betena yendo mesi nubana ahodo ane atwetwe mu ahoden no ene de aye sa wo osa pa na unhuna mane wako ako for so many years aduane to ye ma na unhuna mane undidi yeso abonsa oboa no nyina ehyehewo won fe ne won fe wachi nkasai edura no mre ne anpa ubo se obia ho ahunka no e wa hoode na uhu na mane wo osa no tete wan kasa odofo mesi kodra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bia ben wo se wo pe Zahara mixture ene Zahara G capsules eduro no sa eduro we asa ye eduro a ekuta nyanuro bia ebo dofo bia owo weak immune system dofo bi ho am say on 90 kakra bia na ote so te bia wa ye no phone Jalia esese no ho Jalia nkete na hana dwen de bia bo se won ko infections na teteo de bia wa 10 years in order for da ho bowa for Zahara mixture ade ni G capsules no order for G number C 0246 34 83 34 0246 34 83 34 0248 56 93 35 0248 56 93 35 Ada for yebako ye do efe no hindi heba mixture so na say do we e do ebo the phobia atridi malaria itete oda for wohia hindi heba mixture o typhoid fever na ayo krankoto so no fa hindi heba mixture no aye waduro mojamroso na etetew hawadwen no ba bia to waduro Ghana ha wosi wo pedo na ye fe no hindi heba mixture esiche yale na etew so etetew no fa hindi heba mixture aye waduro dofo bi wo ha oye adwumo eja ho eba ne sa na pomuden na awo fam de bia bo so no nko ano de bia bo se na pomuden no etete no hana odofo mesi edura eba ebabuawo eni hindi heba mixture kodra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bi abawo wosi wo pedo na ye fe no hindi heba mixture de bia meka mentina ho emma yare no emetu fa wo so mentina ho emma yare no emma wo nyamobo to na mo sisi a kodra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bi abawo wosi wo pedo na ye fe no hindi heba mixture no enu ne adura onoma ebeboa ni pedua no yale bia hawadwen ebe yini nyina e de free ho dafo yabeko ye memedo no so sa dro we aye Zahara man capsules ye de ababonten se embeboa ba man bia sa uye bema na utieme na weak erection ana ne wabetena bema mesi uhia Zahara man capsules premature ejaculation ya 2 din 1 minute bema no wadro ene Zahara man capsules bema bi so ho a na nkommo no ayemre bema mesi wadro ene Zahara man capsules bema bi so ho a sisi yalie pa tete no bema mesi kodra store pharmacy shop herbal shop bi aban wo se wo pe Zahara man capsules enu ne memedura onoma enkofo nsunsanso bia enkobra odache etisanya upe memedura doma enu ane Zahara man capsules odofo saje number CBM 0246 34 83 34 0246 34 83 0248 56 93 35 0248 56 93 35 odofo pay no bia ba bia to ndro bia topeto ho na me so bo so tado ni bia wo be ya danse no akase characteristic edro no eye papa but that's rich
enso yedamase currency for yedamase pa ni enupa modi abedwa so ntimi saw se de uti nchechemu na wakoba bi eton do bia no akakotobi na wanom yade bi ha bia no yade bobo so no na wanom ama etu ase no etimi edi amount so homre na 11:15 yento tumedi ni so Enfama Monday edition of Nhyira digital passports na yemna na yemedi nkomo mienu enu me kai say was it a number I'm say Saturday na I'm say Saturday no so ena openi bi frame say Richard mu na mkotena radio no so a mu say ena ye local coaches yi aden na yemfa national teams ni mfa mo so yedi teams ni mo so mo result o the man
answer na be the local coach na sem mami be 5 minutes be na memfanka what is really happening with Vinicius Junior issue
to Arsenal
yes mami check no mo ketuwe bi say na be ya tie for na for will understand what is really happening Say Rich a kobe over 1.5 years in you. And a Spanish media never reported as a Real Madrid in Vinicius Junior. A didn't come about contract renewal. Ever seen it? And see it. And a ho and a Arsenal who said, I said to Kobe that one where you bet me room. But what is really happening? Rich, I remember in 2018, and Real Madrid by announced say Omako Flamingo. No matter who young guy be, na oye top potential. Enti as at the time, omo the 45 million euros. Kwa kotono every Brazil aba. Rich in 2018 on, si eka se obisi akan of Brazil. Na ye de 45 million kwa kotona. Then it means the guy
is big.
And any team beer to say Madrid who have seen players over the years, among whom players. And today Madrid be who small baby or Brazil where you ready say obetinye to 45 million. Rich, Sana Brandt any Vini Junior. And Madrid ko fa ne buy. Oba any early days na foul. But in kakran and a farmer Vini. Now in 2022, Yakobo Kata FIFA World Cup no. And Madrid offer a contract renewal not only to Vini, Rodrigo the Ghost Kahon, Eda Militao Kahon, and some few other players. Now Madrid contract renewal offer no more players no. Rich saying na contract renewal no etie. Okay. And at the company be Rich almost okay, you were 2022. Yeah, my contract offer. Ebi SC 2027. ABC 2028. ABC 2029. For all the players, more now who choose so many years, more now we can then you are committing more years to us. Meaning say make what you say. And we are in 2022. Contract offer now Real Madrid and the players, Ebi SC offer ABC 2027. ABC 2028, ABC 2029. Emubiano more now yes now who choose to renew no. I want any no more now we see Casamane Cosro. Madrid make offer no to Vini and any agents and any papa no. Rich and almost say 2022 Vini was starting a hit form. Emma Real Madrid. Obakaya, it was around that time when and Vini Akoshe the only go in the Champions League final at Liverpool. Ama Real Madrid at the Champions League. He was starting to become the superstar of the Real Madrid team. And see, the agents and any papa, any branch any to say they will go out of the tray of a snare dome. They will go for the short term one. No? I be ending in 2027 no because omujiri say so assign short term na the way our branch increasingly all grow to become the poster boy of Real Madrid no Rich more than years na kakra bi no more na the negotiation no ebo no side no be che sika ope any sound of monumenti e me enko 2028 me enko 2029 yen sign short one 2027 Rich and Vini assign the short one 2027. Now, short one now Vini sign had the salary, performance bonuses, and no more betting Real Madrid aje. Inti within that time in another FIFA best player any sign of money no. Inti the offer no, omuye negotiation you no. Now Real Madrid to Vini 18 million net. Per every season. You can say 80 million net. I can say ya titini BBR film no. The Elko Vini account to mu. Every season be 18 million. Then Vini signed to 2027. Now Rich, send him more for you Omajumano. Omon tinase Emma contract and bang pa son of Munwako negotiation. Until from 2022. Who so Vini as a contract to 2027 no 2025 January and I'm going to say I got 2 years old nti any vini nkodi nkomo nti mekai Jose Angel Sanchez ene Madrid chief scout friend Juni Calafat ena ekushia 2 agents of Vinicius Junior onu Vinicius nankasemu any Vinicius papa over the bebas January 2025 asam na make reach omukoshia ye no ena Real Madrid for no say uchi 18 million. Now we want to improve it to 20 million. Necessary contract extension, my Rich Vinicius agents, and then the papa almost say, now remember if I come over na money 2 million increment back for the brand yen dabi yenji. Into him do mo Rich and almost more a counter offer a normal in company. Rich the counter offer now Real Madrid Vinicius Edema Real Madrid no and Real Madrid also rejected counter offer no. That was in January 2025. In April 2025 and Marca among Spanish media for instance so much Real Madrid ni Vini reach agreement on Baba extend the contract no. And one Vini camp by say never you no cry. Am I obi and Adam you no reach any agreement. And it was that time no April no Rich and the man said for say then at the end of course in January ABC nay contract no amount me achieve. That is when they realize say Real Madrid went to offer 20 million from the 18 now rent and edge no and Vinicius say Peneso now Vinicius counter offer no say na net here Rich Vinicius say pay from 18 to 30. Now, the breakdown of 13 in here. Apart from the salary, the image right now. Rich Obed Real Madrid adia ya friend renewal bonus.
Okay.
In the sense rich high. Now multimedia force you external contract. External contract ye bema usikase account sika oje hunesa. Now catch you so. Unsanka no normal circumstances ba baby fufra and now just signing on bonus and actually posting fee. But where they will say renew contract, they should give you what is called renewal bonus for Saudi. And I remember say renewal bonus it has never even happened in the history of the club. And see amount renewal bonus. Then we are opening the doors for Obia Obe renew the contract to also come in and say, and me renew no mama renewal bonus. But Rich Vinicius also in the camp no and the papa say the only way they can get that 30 million no through the renewal bonus and then they create a certain portfolio for you to pay maybe 10 million and a renewal bonus now for 20 no come on the mama that na the account omu enchi omu ne say na say 30 million na ye busa mo fama ye no the same thing na Kylian Mbappe edge inti dia na see me ho kwan say me so me busa 30 million and Real Madrid for catch Vinicius say Kylian Mbappe 30 now original. It is because in 2024 now Yakwakofa Vinicius Kylian Mbappe
free.
He came on the free transfer.
On the NGS cap.
Any transfer money and on just signing on fee. As I said no fee yati chema. Say a gugu ne salary ne so a manage 30 million every season, you know. And you say bia yesika bia e Bruce bia. Vinicius say say Kylian Mbappe eba free edge signing on fear what chem dia gu ne salary so many do 30 million. That is why he is also proposing to you Momo say the only way he can get to that amount is to also get a renewal bonus. Now Rich medema no see no say for years the BIA transfer nkoma. I have told you say adia na ema first no Italian football were so good on transfer. They say omuni skentina omano abafom Spanish football, they know with the BT England for no, the appointment of sporting directors. Sporting directors are more experienced on the transfer market. Only the entire Arsenal all of a sudden. Everything else you say Arsenal are really doing this because it is not in the DNA of Arsenal in the past.
As 150 million. Akoto player.
The assistant say, Rich, Arsenal now, after Edu Koye, One kofa as some sporting director, Andre Beta here Juma Atletico Madrid for a long time. And or the Spanish football sporting director operations no. Abba Asna. And Andre Beta and the sources in Spain. I catch and say Charlie. And no may cost between Vinicius and Real Madrid no. God will be the whole. Some more problem give it to me Rasa to Kronim. Andre Beta as a sporting director put together the dossier, presented it to Arsenal hierarchy in the board no. Arsenal honestly so say who Andre Beta you go for sporting director no. These are the kind of game-changing moves and nothing they cover by. So who catch it and say there is a way we can get obedient Vinicius about Arsenal. Now crying the whole year. Oh, we are all for it. Go into the negotiations. Now, Rich, what has Arsenal done? Andre Beta share Vini and then the company. And what Tom project now Arsenal nama omo. And what catch omo say number 1. Mikel Arteta an admirer of Vini Jr. Open us and papa. And who say on Arteta din komo say there's a potential so between Vini aba. Na Arteta ye that is not the Vini shemua. E kuye matim no gidi. And that's a Vini ba. Say the whole struggle of Real Madrid to be the star boy no. Arsenal the ubaya. I am following Martin Odegaard ne automatically you become the star boy of the project. Number 2, a basic Samoa. Arsenal is ready. Say, sad difference of renewal bonus, signing on bonus now. Vini Enya ewo Real Madrid no. They are ready to give him. And they will pay Real Madrid transfer bonus no, which omujidi say aka maintain 1 year pay on the contract no. Omuntie sika he be ama Real Madrid. Then the rest of some money no, they will package it into a signing on fee for Abanti FN Vinicius Jr. They will add performance bonuses and other ones no. Say the be Vinicius ebenye sika na opa Real Madrid for Emfa no. That is the proposal at Arsenal. Aye Eddie Amano. Then the last thing, Monsieur, say Real Madrid, you share your image rights largely with the club. Kakrebi na weba side.
How crowd between the nama.
Image, you can't image right. We are talking about Vinicius Ankasa ne endorsement obenya. And endorsement sponsorships obenya and conform do major ton dia be so advertising momo. Say who club Sibia rich. Sa endorsement in the bar, the money goes to the club. Arsenal see they are ready say money Vinicius be din komo. Na oba Arsenal. Every endorsement deal be obenyas our Arsenal no. Omoni no become majority of sika no. Aba be kan no sika no. Rich, don't underestimate what Arsenal are doing. Sanka ayetete Arsenal na. And I won't doubt I don't have a problem. But now they have an experienced European sporting director. And they say they winning Atletico Madrid player the Oyeno. Say they winning Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, AC Milan of the past, Inter Milan. Sadia na omu sporting directors no. Etimi venture into the transfer market, use some 1 or 2 negotiations, any experience to get player no. Who say on Arsenal now, it was Sadia ni bi because of Andre Beta. And if they tell you they are making a move, Rich and Vinicius the first option is to stay at Real Madrid. And they will do everything to make sure say Real Madrid move and I say enye. But Rich say anye ne to so ma. And expect what you don't expect. Arsenal are going to bring Vinicius Jr. wear him the red and white jersey, unveil him at the Emirates. He will be a player in the Premier League. And Uber Junior Walker say, hey. Me,
for instance, to be honest. And yes, Arsenal in this case, Arsenal was canon. It's Arsenal and Yetimo this guy.
But they are not that kind of club.
And the two, now it was Vinicius Jr. You should Arsenal. And they are pedo Benya Real Madrid.
You see, and there are sometimes agents can come in with those stories.
So
just to but now also who say, so we baby Arsenal abemu e Vinicius story in the free banner. It was not agency media outlet stories in Libya. These were stories carried by Athletic, Sky, and prominent ones now. BBC more or more credibility and yagono. And they don't agency intimate friends oh Charlie. Yes, story, mommy. Name some fanko pad mepe. These were credible media houses telling you something is happening. And I've given you a reference point. Andre Betam Kuenti, now as a sporting director for Arsenal, Rich, so movie into Sa baby, I won't need no betimia in the past. GD, because there's a new person there who can take them to that space. It is really happening.
Future, how are they? Am I in 4.5 now? Yemadin Komo Fie, na Yensa Semfen free at the Black Starlights, under 20. Kane, Unegan and Ibia Din Koma. Under 20, they near the Huawai Hopa, and I should graduate walk up. Inti under 20 dear, Yemfa India Grokra. Na Mobaka didn't come a catch on say, there's a Waffle Zombie tournament. Under 20, Air Coso, a war a year Cote d'Ivoire, Yamia Doma. Afcon Ankasana 17, sorry, under 20 dear no. A Ghana and the Behusi. And inti na Yashan Musa qualifies ye bet me a yard ye. Na etimia room out the tournament proper. But and Yaman Koye, Coach Maso Konodu and then Nemrantero and a 24 no. And Yaman Koye 3 matches in Yakoboye. 3 matches the first game against Nigeria, which 4-2. Second game against Burkina Faso about 1-1. And a weekend yai against Ayome from Sotogo. And it will be a entity and Shebinti after the 3 games, you know. Or can be 2 points and a Ghana. You're picking out of the possible 9. I was saying Kaitimi Enyano. Is the America say and a 20 Black Starlight almost no Wafu Ayazumbi and a 29 Ekoso Cote d'Ivoire ye film Yensuno ye Bethy. But Sada Medica cano. Yeah, fortunate because Yamia Doma 2017 Aya and a 20 Afcono Ghana and na Yebe Husintino. Ye film with but still na no Arishimu and so our na ye pon game no. And na essential for Abisa coach Maso Kudu. Sir coach and Yaman Koyo na ona them ranting by game pan a course of 3 matches under 20 Ghana pa. Yentimi enya 1 win po about saying Maso Kudu HHM Kakra na etifo yemfa and Tojumedi so mama.
Everything came here to compete to win. And having said that, we know there are some 1 or 2 things that couldn't go on properly, but in football you get everything 100%. Our game today was a difficult one. Togo also wanted to win, and we also wanted to carry the day. And yes, it was keenly contested, but I think we were slightly ahead of the Togolese.
Okay. Eti Amasokunadu ase dia ya na aye no. Game ne na den. We go Togo for so ba so so ebepe bibi o game ni mu. Enti dia akosi an se Ghana ana 20 Wafu Zombi no. Ye film and so our Huntima Sokunadu and now the Sanchez mu no and so dia but then comes at the Black Queens. Your first game yes against Ekid Ved. Do say yan shada mobo na ye izabat. Then the Padudo na feel say Ghana of course. Edia eko competition ye slow status ye started competition and kakra ye kwen na ye wo me ho into the competition very well and utini animsa against Cameroon and yama beko ye na yetimi ednya at least draw bi at ye fimbadi na no etimi ebo game we na Cameroon ma no ma se ka ba ko a ye ntimi anto true a penalty nyam yanuni penalty ndie na konkonsa penalty and na referee je but ni na mu no omu twa ye ka ba ko a ye ntimi ante can ye go ama va and so at the salah that go no then you boy in our group which is group D no and now omen from some Mali and so the Cape for the pem so so boy we no na Mali etwa aye Cape for na come insa ama Cape for no omate kano aye menu and after 2 matches no o share your group which is group D na Cameroon I'm gonna did count with 6 points plus of 2 goals they say I can say Cameroon do ma qualify Omo echo to the quarter final stage. Ghana toss be 3 points, plans of a goal. And a Mali, and so our 3 points, Omuni go bia, and so Osha goes on my sending there. Yesterday to your out to Frima, Omuni go bia our and a kid fed Omo and a chateau in our group. Now, your point game no, came last and so the Kakas was Navi, Judy Memra na Minty Unsuso, Black Queens, a game almost so a boy came last.
Yeah, I mean, it was a physical game with I felt that Cameroon played more physical, especially in the first half, than us. They won almost every 50-50 duel, and sometimes you think that you're a little bit unlucky in some situation, but I also think that you deserve the luck. And I think they worked harder than us. They wanted this a little bit more in the first half, and that's why also they came out with 1-0 in halftime. Of course, it's tough for us with a penalty against us, and also in the second half, I think we play pretty good, and we great chances enough to score the equalizer, and we did, and they took it away, and then we were keep fighting, and like I said, we had a chance enough to score 1-1, and maybe a good day to win as well.
Okay, any Black Queens coach came last, and now this comedy too that or say nyamian Ukraine oshe two teams na Cameroon for no one day papa or say na game near too physical. Enti first half no for instance 50-50 bobiano omo enana efa anti no can be na ma omo she o say yenya chances a nanka yebetimi dia take na ba ni nemu no na ye wasteful ewo anymore, but ojide say ye game against nyame adoma Mali no obehwe ni say ye chance de betu abagum na enya qualification to the next stage. Jude Osuba for good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Rich.
Now to say
oh nyame adom mpaibo bibia boko ye beda okese na se ade achi wa wadi afi ti bibia boko.
Okay.
Debi ameka say yenim life no obi on pimpim so die one sorry. See appreciate the gift of life. I don't pay the boni dia no except that my boss na mama emotional. Yes, though it was something that we've already discussed. Yeah, I mean, but not a ma out public. And honestly speaking, Metsewana or Kenyano seriously affected me in a way. I have to be very sincere. Affected me psyche. Though minim the could be but Yabeka said that of course what pay reduce. Pinipa Bayer and why. And yen na yen tena fi half boy no
solid yes at
no chale enye easy and I want say one thing about ya
obi tena ba bi kran ni 2 years
be rich me kai say me buy ya sorry on social media you no kwano no that was also be all of kwano no
am for so
ya what free
all traveled
now me see
am for so ya neka
and I'm saying no crema
8 years of multimedia there no. Obi come baby we need 2 years no fear.
Oh sure.
8 years the ayala obesom.
Some maybe me chaba kumu 3 months. Yeah, and I'm saying
we got him go di baby 2 months.
Chale asemo yeah.
2 months na.
Ya me sure.
We na ka djuma no.
Ba fia kakra said the only me relate prior to say me ba ha no. In fact, me no relationship. Nyame no cruise na funny radio no. What is no more? I'm for funny person. Bina, man, he's one person. He will forever remain my boss, Uti, and that kind of respect me according. So what so ni he baby obiano where me penny and me do ayala and yes I would say me do ye and yet just radio asem keke. Se me no obi aye adwuma oh na me say mouse we nipa mu nipa na makoma mu genuinely nipa mienu nipa miensa me ayala. Simple man of Kumasi FM said, "Well, menu yes, darling boy Pierrot, yes, or mommy and sign conphobia special." See, Empire said, "It was not on the best." A dawa kuma should be answered. Embremu. Minia, and I'll pay what down my member and also by my men drop his story away 30 seconds. I am right and also because I say be an man for the call. Me pacho so in nations FC Kwamboachi. Yamepa or one crying. In front of Joe Medro Channel Paddy and or Bedru Kumasia. Some say nations on crying. But the Etienne said Kwame watching Nations FC and 12 Jumedi in the Tribune. The contract nearby in the year June 30th. Now nations are found a 2-year contract. In fact, no me already on the money 60,000 for 2 years. But a brand no if you listen Emirates was also or 20 Jumedi so. The Nations FC left back last season 29 matches, 7 assists. Solid left back. Kwame Boachi. Any nations air party ways no. Ti free channel kono se who story na in Nhyira FM. Yana ya carry story no. Sanity. Bra. Na can yen under 20 and indeed they na the ethos was erasing sadene by about yen coaches no. In local coaches no. yes, foreign coaches in Suba be disappointed. But your interest power in local coaches because if you say, "Hey, almost any and that, you game no, you can't game now." In fact, outsider, about 80 to 90% of the nations are almost successful in homegrown coaches now. Mebwa, it's now Oko Idlia. Very rare. Obeko throughout their history, only 2 foreign coaches, no more far. Obeko France and so no, maybe abekumba could be pay and or more achieving successes in virtually homegrown coaches. Sa Obeko Spain in so no sanity here. And the moment I oben say local coaches' performance consistently dropping, it becomes an issue that definitely you'd have to talk about. Okay. Rich. Maxwell Kredu ain't just an ordinary coach. He's a coach, in coaches now. Almost train him so almost right. Yeah, can't say you use him as reference pointer. Maxwell Kredu, but you have for the visa the coaches are. You're born with him. And for my own brother, he's a brother and he's one person on also coaching side. Me don't hear me penance me pa. But I think that Maxwell is disappointed. No credit Maxwell de we're disappointed big time. Because Rich, unim, yen under 20 there, ope yen junior national teams no. Baku otimi ma a lot of joy and pride the kesiye pa and yen under 20. And yen under 20 na ye kano. Rich, and no any idea se kesi ye pedati yen national team ye ya. Yen himself boys no. Obeka under 20 under 23. Yeah. Na ye di omu ababa be senior national team. Nancy pese reboarding because clear.
Nancy crowd the mentions no instead of effective.
Yes, and since
under 20 ni mum na effective.
Steady idea be. Ghana ekokoji 2009 World Cup.
Oh Egypt.
Egypt. Be the first African nation. Yes, I record Nancy and Nancy Morocco equal no. Rich. Young boys no. Me rem fi say 100 the day are you. Every team he was the number 10. He was the skipper for the side. But Patrick am for now World Cup 2010. Yeah, and we saw the performance.
Yenya Rabiu. Yenya Ranford say Samuel Inku. No, we now a part of that squad. Refi Dominica dia. Soldier. Inti yen under 20 ni ade ba ko a. Aya na ye ni wo ho. Now before Mojo World Cup, maybe you say no more Africans. Omoji Africans and Omoji World Cup no Rwanda. No more Africans. Inti baby a ye ni wo hu yie pa. She recently mpo dynama Desmond Affair. Baba be assistant coach of Black Stars. Under 20.
Good. Open 1 under 20 who says so exciting even in terms of talent we believe say me my case Black Stars and me premier come once about talent also do Roma. Jerry Efri, okay, Jerry Efri. Solid striker.
That fair guy, no?
Yes. Secondly, Oko Alcadesia. Jerry Efri. Share that talent. And the ball, oh boy, yeah, the typical grown football, no? Your borders mon abaso. Said you my panel so yeah, no, Emma Ghana phone na can say, Debbie, Ope coach back where was or no, so yeah, me and you call who ya, Jerry Efri, sorry, Desmond. Inti anka hono ni di under 20 there benchmark the whole standard at the ho. Ami own brother Maso Kunedu or dear wo say no because say na at the pressure eba.
Nancy am ogum under 17 on also do ho.
I'm fine. She
and there's another biani akofa for the abalo.
Yes, and so worrying.
But at least you side so it shouldn't be a profo.
No. Nancy Samuel Bodu. Okay, boy, do so dear. I'm your papa, and I'm funny crancy ye. I'm the Oko summer text. No, I drew baby. Oh, coach. Oh, Nidi, experienced coach, near fee, and cranny. Now, take you had to fall first. No,
Olympics, former coach.
Of course,
Makai.
That was okay. Local Black Stars.
Yeah, local Black Stars or the corner.
So now they are quack. Oh. Sir, a baba see now. Now, man, you dare say be making a case for your local coaches. And you're so worried. When you're making your done, as I say, you host a competition, Ninti.
Kanka say,
and Kase Sinka, you're free.
Kana 20, I have contained me.
Yes, but Rich, and also, okay, my dear, Obesan, can I send that 20 in America, your Koje World Cup? No, be so be on him, under 20, no. You campaign almost for 2 years. 2 years old near campion. Very important in as much as I bet me a coach performance, you bet me a overall ya but sometimes beyond the young wins, preparations so rich net to say, but just when I'm a point, and two no echo together, preparation wise, and sana the idea kwa kasano rich me feel say a free summer you can a huge reality check in a way me feel say a blessing in disguise so okay
but Jude
that is on sport
we are in a sports media enti senke wo ha enke be hu me question is anya hwe kra no the curriculum led FA no aba be di FA no administration so for almost 8 years.
Okay, coach na kana ma seche anowoka.
Yeah. Could be 8 years in here. Now, Jude.
Right.
Say football administration be doing some 8 years. And I'm saying this because I know say there are different characteristics that FA president be adi in the FA presidency no. So for instance, Obi said Ben Kofi was a technical person or a coach, and Obenya Akonya to lead the FA. And it's always that is why he's always remembered for development plan.
Yes.
Because or you coach into Oba a hopana name impact. When Kosinyantechi came, he was a lawyer. Into the legal frameworks ne status ni way to say obeye wadwuma pa ma ne bibia ekoyie. Now Kurt is a known football person.
Kusia football abuchi.
Kurt here course football yentete nkra yemo mu super. That is what Dreams FC grew into prominence with.
Yes.
And until in the last 20 years, say upe team say what Ghana atom players, party players, there is no way we to do FCF, and it is majority the impact of Kurt. And no or the company young for the two abamano. My point in any say under 8 years of his leadership, yeah, and some trouble. Sen America can if it will and Rich within 8 years. Yeah, under 15, under 17 to under 20. No. You bet me a dance here crojane. Say we've seen a certain project. Minu kate yenikra yenim the call of the next under 20 team. Ye kate yenikra yenim the call next under 17 team. And now say we are in an era where we give the teams to coaches. We say Ogum, Maswa Kunedu, tax them to go around, do their own scouting, pick players. Now on form with him no competitions, you know. Is that what and let's it's a nice Maswa Kunedu bani pamona. We will find one another coach on the local scene. Ebia Kasim Mengolana will be Christopher Eni the Amano. Yes, you also call your scouts in Efako. Sadia na you know. Will it give us resource? And I say we should forget about the resource now
and keep the
then
coach.
Go back to the root cause of the air causing a problem. See, which is say, look, Kurt, you are a football person. Forget about resource now. Let us see tangible. You building a U15 team, then there's a plan. I say whether they go, they fail. You say there's a plan there. After some years, we are going to see these U15 boys grow to U17, grow into U20. Then we see them going. Meaning say they are team building there along the way. But there should be something visible. A project. Yes, I'm trying for a big bonnet. We can come and inform Omomuti and say, oh, yeah, no, but funny and fire. But we don't do football like that.
Yes.
We don't do football like that.
Coaches in there are dead. They told the players.
When you gauge Ghanaian mood, and take decisions, you will always get a project wrong. And I'm not gonna say, if we are honest with ourselves, even though Ogum failed with the under 17, but nobody can tell me that team was a bad team.
Okay.
Imagine if there's a project to keep that team.
then in the next 2 years those guys now testing failure any opportunity to come and play in the under 20 AFCON qualifiers. You think they will fail again? And by that time, no, Busa say in terms of cohesion, is no Oma Budia could do say. Minim sa sama making. Bra penny, I would do more elbow in money at the back. So, Nhyira, by that time, no, Namsumi guy, no, Abia no man, you move Matona Coswedi, no. Me Okobana 17 by and me move a manako, and no crack. Until I make us a team building at a point in time, a bimbe film, but even at that local level, Rich say, who is serious about project? There are some foreign clubs that will allow their players to come and play.
Yes.
They under 20.
Exactly. Look, you're fairly coaches education problem. But to be honest with you, I am not seeing a certain project. So project failure. I'll come and defend the project. So project, it will take shape after some time. You allow failures to come. It is a foundation that you're building. But you fail one if you are, you don't even see any foundation. So what is the excuse for our failure?
Dude, Black Kings in Kakana, me friend, and so I'm
Rich. Okay,
as a born, I don't know.
There be only your ball first game
again. Cape Verde and Nick Cameroon.
And we're so fortunate, and I'm expecting to say, or some level of experience going into the tournament. No, Nanka in the way a man the team engineer, Kim Last. Only reason no, Kim Last enya kwan ye adwuma with Siki, your former coach Otuado. At least 4 months mobile Black Stars name. Secondly, yes, sounds so ball can last a year with us for at least 2 years, almost 2 years now, dear. Echo. Share, say, within that period, and in Pokrano, yenya opportunity to cover this Pink Ladies tournament. You acquire ne Russia and England, now boy. Now, in overall performance, I died. Before your Babako tournament, the impression was that. By now, I'll say a team let me aboard this cohesion, chemistry, telepathy. But honestly speaking, yes, sir, competition national. First game, I told you, say honestly, I'm impressed because you're bored up and you're corner 40 passes, no, not a dozen.
Yes, chances.
Yes, chances. And I told you, said those chances are Buadua Enya or first game against the Cameroonians, yeah, and Enra. Clearly, what I was saying, the Cameroonians were so well organized,
too physical.
50-50. Make a try all of a crash. Director of sports and Grofono on that because when so move physical, a huge advantage. And the director of sports castle, but the agility and skill set. But everyone wouldn't be me saying, and Grofono, dear crabby, or crabby. Yenim show Muslim. Oh, I'm a captain now or free mono. On the so far tournament, no more 2 matches, or the almost Ngangano. Solid. Me sure say when free Mukraya there was attendance say, Nanke bet me as I concede. But the enemy be some at a point I bear clear say, Nipa Banku and him say, why so excited now, we expect Sankobe pushy team no forward. Santel in your bad tournament. Now I was asking myself, say, Stella,
was a bar.
Yes. And I was asking myself, Stella Nyamicha way. Because Stella Nyamicha is one person. On the we need 2025 Malta Guinness and Mana Bono. On the we need best player. Such an exciting talent. I own him so no to me crab ball. And go bet me a creative spaces or bet me actually. They do the day crana or no so. Or such short no bet me a boy even from afar.
Mama say Yamrano. Now Kim Lance to me on my reasons in Tia Man.
Well, because bro, we're going to born and you matches in so Mali ball even Mali against Cameroon and Cameroon said, who match or the Cameroon and she against on the Kived baller or side boy. So honestly speaking,
but
Dachi and Kilbiara and
so but my man drop his story away 30 seconds and also because I just say be an man for the call. But so nations FC Kwamboachi. Yamepa one crying. In front of Joe Medro channel party na wa bedru Kumasia. Some say nations one crying. But the Etienne say Kwame Boachini Nations FC and 12 Jumedi in Tribune. The contract nearby in the year June 30th. Now nations all found a 2-year contract. In fact, no me already sold the money 60,000 for 2 years. But a brand no if you listen, Emerald was also or 20 Jumedi so. The Nations FC left back last season 29 matches, 7 assists. Solid left back. Kwame Boachi. Any nations air party ways I don't know. To free channel kono se who story na Nhyira FM yana ya carry story no sanity. Bra. Na o can yen under 20 and indeed they na the ethos was a raising side and by about yen coaches
in local coaches
yen local coaches no. Yes, foreign coaches in Suba be disappointed but yen your interest power in local coaches because if you say almost any and that in game no you can't game na in fact outsider about 80 to 90% of the nations almost successful in homegrown coaches now meboa enti na oko Italy very rare obeko throughout their history only 2 foreign coaches no more afa obeko France nso no na bia bekomba ku bi pe na wo ho achieve successes nyina no virtually homegrown coaches sa obeko Spain nso no sa netie enti the moment obehu say local coaches performance consistently dropping it becomes an issue that definitely you'd have to talk about. Okay. Rich Maxwell Kunadu ain't just an ordinary coach. He's a coach paying coaches now almost him so almost yeah customer you use him as reference pointer. Maxwell Kunadu but you here for visa the coaches are you're born with him. And for my own brother, he's a brother and he's one person on also coaching side no me don't hear me penance me pa. But I think that Maxwell is disappointed. No credit Maxwell they were disappointed big time. Because Rich unim yen under 20 there open yen junior national teams no baako otimi ma a lot of joy pride the kese pa yen under 20 and yen under 20 na ye ka no Rich and no any idea se kese ye pedati yen national team ye yen himself boys no obeka under 20 under 23 yeah. Na yedi omu ababa be senior national team na nsia pese reboarding because clear
na san crowd the metros no insha nya effective
yes and since
under 20 ni mom na effective
steady ade bi Ghana ekokoji 2009 World Cup
Egypt
Egypt no be the first African nation yes I record na nsa Morocco equal no Rich young boys no me remfi say 100 the day are you every team he was the number 10. He was the skipper for the side. But Patrick Fana World Cup 2010. And we saw the performance.
Yenya Rabiu.
Yenya
Brandford say.
Samuel Inku. No, we are part of that squad. Refi Dominica dia. Soldier. Yen under 20 year de baku. Aya na ye nu. Now before Mojo World Cup, me remfi no more Africans o. Omo Africans and omo World Cup no Rwanda. No more Africans so. Inti e baby a ye ni wo hu yie pa. She recently mpo dynama Desmond Ofe. Baba be assistant coach of Black Stars
under 20.
Good. Open one under 20 who says so exciting even in terms of talent we believe say me my case Black Stars and me premier come once about talent also do Roma Jerry Efriye okay Jerry Efriye solid striker
that fair guy no
yes secondly local academia Jerry Efriye share that talent and the ball on boy yeah, the typical grown football no your boy Desmond Abaso say Juma Pane so yeah no e ma Ghana fo nyina ka say adabi o pe coach ba ko e wo so no nso no ye me ani ko ne hu ya e Jerry Efriye sorry Desmond inti anka honom ni di under 20 ne dia benchmark the whole standard e da ho ami own brother Maso Kunadu odi awo ho a say no because oh say esa na the pressure eba
na say ma ogum under 17 ono so do ho
amfa she
and esa na da bia na yakofa abofu di abalo
yes and so worrying
but at least yen you side no so it shouldn't be abrofo
no nansi asamo obuodu okay boy do so dia
ono so dia wo
me papa nyame mfa ne kransie yi dia okon Samatex no I drew baby coach Nidi experience coach na near fee and crazy na o take the heart of first no
Olympics former coach
of course
Makai
that was okay
ono so sa
local black stars
local black stars or the
ono so no dey akwa ko ho say e baba see na mana ye dance be make a case for your local coaches and you so worrying when you make cry na da na say you host competition ninti
Kansa and say
and say sinka you free
Kana 20 have contained me.
Yes, but rich and also okay on my dear.
There need to be a lot I was here for football. No? Investment in the government in San Juan be brave every for Nankasa so no maybe the same my resource. They should have a second look at it and improve. They say the discussion and they say we may be tempted to give all our national teams to expatriates. Yeah, we are.
Which is a bad signal.
Well, yeah, maybe I could. I want to get I bet we see Yendo BBRC or be our part of a 10-year journey since our more about Ghana has a betting company and go for any more edini pa obia waba platform be so be the dance say they've been one of the best betting platforms at obetimi enya omo the office be brave and I'll be betting for amomanya the maximum experience as betters. And I bet we say 10 years, you know, not just the beginning. Afi and na omo be change gear. And it's only betway that no abe ka betway busu no www.betway.com.gh betway.com.gh na abe ka betway busu no betima download omo app no na wa use betway and so there are a lot of officers Betway or Modi or 10 years anniversary, a war or platform no so and I'll be Musika be brain or moche and in your mabbe brave bra never come back to a bushano na a winning with Betway. And see, only 18 years, ya Michelle, Untimi Jabba, what the 18 years they are not what me Abaka Betway bushano. Betway must get way more.
If I told Mammy, we say a Annalisa Kosianya to Brobe and your birthday. Annalisa, Yamin Shaupa. Na onyawo kese in fact anyame ama wunyini from na de enti anyankopon de odomo maame no papa ni ndina emrem happy birthday to you from omame akwia sechiwa awo agrekinzima osiyan show happy birthday Annalisa akosia nyakombrobi nyankopon inshallah pa efo enfam nsiana adom kase ne nto aso ye ba ya no if adom ba na adom sorry, you free Aduma Banana say, ye de your obra aton dwumadie no enso etimi aton. Sisi dia Adom Kase no, na eto so akram.